Hello, one. Hello, all. Welcome once again to Blaine's Escape Corner, our little corner of the internet. We get together, we talk about things that help us escape. Check it out. Ooh. How does it sound? How do I sound right now?
It gets really quiet when you move 2 inches away from it.
Okay, really quiet when I'm 2 inches away. I was like trying to tweak that a little
It
bit.
definitely got quiet. Like,
Am I
very
clipping
quiet.
now?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Okay, as long as I don't clip, I'm gonna have a great day. Great time with it. I can crank that gain up a little bit. There's no background buzz, is it?
Not that I hear now.
Okay. Not bassy this time? Okay. Well, I've got all of the I have all of the settings just flat across the board. Okay. I told everybody that I had found an SM7B on Alibaba, right? I was like, "Oh, it says SM7B. It'll just be like a no-name knockoff SM7B. We'll see if it's any good. It'll be fine." It's like a legit sure SM7B. Like
So they
like
just sent one to India and they didn't know what to do with it.
I
If they used
feel
it for the radio call centers, people would be more suspicious.
I feel like it's one of those things where like Shure ordered like 500 and the factory made 520 and they were like, "Oh, what do we do with this?" Cuz inside this box I have the like US warranty information. Like submit for your warranty. It has a serial number. Like it is a straight up Shure Incorporated global,
Yeah.
as well as like Shure Europe and everything. And then the cloud lifter that I got in the package, uh it literally says it's got a little American flag and it says made in America. And I'm like, no, you're not. There's no way. Unless like Alibaba, AliExpress has like a new model where they'll just sell something from anywhere. But I did not pay US pricing for that. There's no way that was a
Yeah,
US model of anything.
you'll definitely want to mess with the settings because it definitely doesn't sound as good.
Doesn't sound as good. Alex Moore says it sounds better.
I don't think so. In terms of, like you said, it's flat across the board. That's what it is, I think.
What okay, what do you want more of?
Probably less mids. That's probably just the main thing.
Turn the mids down? Okay, I can turn the mids down. Do you want the highs up or just mids down?
You could just try adjusting a little bit by little.
All
'Cause,
right,
I mean,
there.
that's usually what sounds better. Is just like less mid, is because usually too much mid sounds kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't sound quite right.
Okay, well, there's less mid
Yeah, I think less mid just sounds better. I prefer
overall,
that sound. Yeah.
just in general.
Yeah.
Made in America, Cambodia. And like the mic itself says made in Mexico on the microphone. I'm like, what kind of world traveler are these things? Like it's just wild.
I mean, that's what they say about bananas or just like other stuff is they grow it in Guatemala, they ship it to China to pack it up, and then they ship it back to America to sell it.
Yeah, everything just kind of like floats around and like eventually gets back to us to consume it, because if we don't consume, the world falls apart, right?
Yeah.
That's sort of the that's how I understand
That's why we need
current global trade.
taxes.
If we don't consume, well, that's why it's sort of like us and China is like this weird symbiosis, right? Like everyone's like terrified of like China owning stuff that we make, or taking over in like an economic sense or even a literal sense. And it's like, yeah, but we kind of use their labor in a way that like makes our country work really well. So we kind of need like this. We need to buy their stuff so that they make money from us, but also like not too much money, I guess. I don't know. Already mad at work? No. No. You can't be mad at work. Okay, I'm gonna make a poll. Start the poll now for what Gunpla we should build. And we're gonna do heavy arms, sand rock, add option. I don't think I want to do the RG today.
Yep, just put up your options.
Turn
I don't actually pull up. Did you put it up yet?
No, no, I'm adding options. 10A, add option.
I like turn A.
Pink IBO Gundam. Let's start that poll. Leon Gundam. Hopefully your DEI baker can make that bread. Yes, exactly. You want DEI bakers? I feel like baking is one of those things that anytime I've had like really good baked goods, it tends to be like a Dutch family that's making it. Not sure why that is. There's some good French bakeries out there, but I feel like the Dutch have like a just a stranglehold on like quality baked goods.
And a lot of baking is science because you need great measurements and you need to cook it well or correctly, right?
What does that have to do with the Dutch?
I was gonna say it's a lot easier to be taught how to do something correctly than to just read off of a book, though.
Like how all the Koreans and Vietnamese just use the French system.
Yeah, and that's why it's easier when you have That's why like family bakeries work, is because teaching somebody how to do it as they grow up is a lot easier than teaching somebody just how to learn how to do something to a genius level from like 10 hours in a store.
Oh man, so that guy that Angry Canadian gave us the short of, who's like the food guy, he started popping up in my shorts as I'm swiping, and he had one where he was like, anytime I bake, I weigh my ingredients because I want them to feel self-conscious before I cook with them. That's so great. Kanpai, everybody. Welcome, Michael.
Kanpai.
I made Michael watch a show through my stream instead of letting him watch it himself because he's my bitch.
Yeah, which one?
It was the only show that came out today. Did you watch any anime?
I mean, I've watched lots of anime. I just don't know what came out today and what didn't because I haven't really been paying attention to that
it was
necessarily.
The Unnamed Memory. Yeah, that's what came out today.
The Memory what?
Unnamed Memory. That was the one show that came out today.
No, I did not watch Unnamed Memory.
Yeah, it has a Chad protagonist. That's the only thing it really has going for it so far. Surprisingly, that doesn't feel like enough.
Shogun is on at work. Nice. Okay, click that. I'm gonna go through and click these if you want to just talk about that for a second.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, like the protagonist being a Chad is the only thing that has going for it. This guy is searching for this witch at the top of a tower. He finds the tower pretty easily, like follow the map or whatever, I don't know. He was going adventuring with his retainer, squire, whatever, and that guy sucks. He's really annoying. I was really annoyed they didn't kill him off. That's how I felt about him.
Yeah, they do a fake out.
They do a fake out. They say like, oh, he's fall down a tower and die, but he doesn't. Which is like, nah, he's good. JK.
Well,
she just doesn't like hurting people. And the problem our main guy has is that his sperm is too strong. He kills people when he impregnates them. He got cursed.
This is an anime this season?
Yeah. Yes. He got cursed, quote unquote, by another witch, which the new witch here is explaining that's actually a blessing that increases something he already had, which is protects his offspring, except it protects them way too much and it just kills the mother.
Got it.
Yeah, so so she's like, okay, so I can't undo it. She might not be able to undo it either, because that's how those kind of things work, is they can't always be undone depending on how it works, blah, blah, blah. Magic is funky. But we're going to look for a woman that can carry a child for you. It doesn't really matter if she's young or old, we'll work around it. If she's old, I can help that with magic. If she's married, kind of morally, you're screwed. If she's a kid, don't worry, you can just groom her into your ideal woman. Age gaps of 20 years aren't that weird for royalty, okay?
I mean, I guess if that's the way you want to, handle it.
He's like, so you could probably resist her magic, right? And she's like, oh yeah, no problem. Wait. So he's like, okay, so my wish from you for Conquer the Tower is that you become my wife. And she's like, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, they basically took the premise of Tower of God and kind of just skipped to the end.
Oh, and this is the one that the image we were looking at, we were like, holy crap, this looks like the most computer generated thing I've ever seen.
I'm not sure, but the
Yeah, it's
premise I do
unnamed
like.
memory, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Unnamed
remember
memory.
for
It just had a
sure, so
picture of
that's
like a
what it was.
knight walking through like some stones, and it was like, man, that looks so computer generated.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
So yeah, it was. Hey, it could be fun. It's just it didn't really do that much on the first episode. It was just kind of slow. It took a
Yeah.
while to get. Even though like that stuff happened, it felt like it took a while to get there, and it wasn't portrayed as funny as I portrayed it here.
Gotcha.
It was more like buh, 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 buh. The protagonist is cool that he's just up for is like, so why don't I get to just marry you? That's what I want. In the end, she relents and says, and she agrees to go with him for 1 year, and he's going to try to win her over in that year to become his wife. It's like, okay, cool. It could be a fun show. I don't know if I'll give it enough time to enjoy it though, because there's just too many shows that I already say I like this.
Gotcha.
Okay, that squire got really fucking annoying. They're just climbing the tower together, and at every turn, he's like, "Oh my god, my lord, we need to turn back. What if something happens to you? Oh my god."
Did you say my lord? What was, or did you say my lord?
I said my lord, but yeah,
You probably said
Oh.
Malord, but you know that's just a Michael thing.
it was probably the mic.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
the mic,
it was you. Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we are. We're all set up. Let's go to the reviews and drops. No reviews, only rants. He's like Spider-Man causing cancer. System is a game where you're ready to X out and drop it. Sounds like the perfect anime for Spoon. It might be. All right. Why would it put you there?
I was gonna say I'm big now. Yeah.
Why you big?
Because I was on the left instead of the right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
why
assume
that
that's
happened.
probably what it was. It was just because I was the first in line.
Oh, that would make sense.
Because usually you go on the other side, I assume.
They'll drop all the shows. Maybe. Let's take a look.
Shut the fuck up,
Shinkalion, Change the World. The transforming robo train show where I'm used to this being this little like kids show right here, where it's like definitely like, oh yeah, everything is like all goofy kid stuff. That makes sense. And this one definitely is trying to have like a darker edge to it, being a little bit more mature. The robots look a little better.
Yeah, they're middle schoolers.
The sort of central premise for our character doing his things is definitely a little more like, ooh, all right, good luck, buddy. It is a slight spoiler about why he starts down that road, but then the actual train battle stuff is still a little kiddie. You've got these weird monsters that are just giant hunks of machine that look like Michael Bay Transformers. Like
That's what I was just gonna say.
you can't quite tell what they are. They call them unknowns. And they appear, and then they have some kind of system that just zaps them away to like a digital realm. And then they fight them in the digital realm. And it has like no real weight as though they were fighting in the city. So what I need is, they've alluded to this idea that the digital realm that they can swipe them away to will only last so long. So I need them to have someone who gets out again and fight in the city for it to feel better. But number one, the only issue I have really is the sort of the robot battle section. Everything else, like the idea of trains that are transforming into these battle robots, not the craziest thing. I've seen weirder ideas for how to hide your robot in plain sight. So I'm okay with that. I like the dark idea of like what's going on here, but that digital fighting front, if that continues, I'm out. Did you say that as in you've seen this one?
I've never seen this.
Okay, yeah. So
I was
not
gonna
bad,
say
but
for me, Michael Bay, the way the Transformers were that just completely turned me off the movies. I think just designs in general, not like just human character designs, but all designs of everything that matters in your show. Like we could say the suit designs, the mecha designs, whatever.
Well, the
It matters.
Shinkalions look great. Like the actual like the train robots. It's just the unknowns, and what I mean is like they look like they are supposed to be something. Like they're supposed to be a crane, or they're supposed to be like a chunk of a city that sort of turned into like this robot thing. But you can't like piece it together. Where when you look at the train robots, you're like, oh, I see how that whole thing would transform into a train. That's what I mean. And it's only the unknowns, like the things that they're fighting against, for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. But I mean, that's one thing that like completely turned me off of Michael Bay Transformers. Like these things are just nothings. Like these designs suck so much. I can't discern them from one another.
Yeah, if you can't tell what your transformer transforms into, it's bad. And
Yeah.
so far, the unknowns don't transform, so
They
it
just
could
look
be
weird.
we could be fine as far as that goes.
Yeah, it's just like when everything starts lumping together, that's very bad. Design should be distinct. And that's why people will harp
I mean,
on
putties
isekai.
aren't distinct. In
Those
like
are-
in Super Sentai, like the putties, they aren't distinct. They're all
Oh,
just
you
sort of
mean
like
enemies.
cannon fodder enemies, and that's what the unknown kind of are. Is they're just like cannon fodder. But again, it's just I feel like they are something, but I can't tell you what that thing is. Which may be revealed. Maybe that's the point. Is it's like, oh, these are the unknowns that are actually made from like abandoned train warehouses, and that way they kind of look like some buildings or kind of look like some equipment, but they're just sort of amalgamations. Could actually play into it for all I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be giving this one another one at least,
amalgams.
just because I want to see a little bit more of this, because I've thought the whole series was hilarious since about 7 years ago. I want to say I ran into a bunch of the toys when I was in Japan, like going through some of their toy stores, and I was like, holy crap, there's Transformer trains, and I thought it was like one of the coolest ideas, but it was like a kids show, and I was like, it's too goofy. I want to see this done a little more seriously, and so far it's being done more seriously.
I definitely had some similar feelings when I was watching Sandland in terms of being a little bit too kiddie. It's not like it's bad, but it's just more child oriented. Nobody dies, nobody gets shot, or like people get injured a little bit, but it's very light on the violence. Very, very light on the violence. Usually there's like cannons shooting at people and tanks and stuff. So it just does take me out of it somewhat immersively, and I'm probably gonna drop Sandland because there's just too many shows, and it's like it's just decent for me. But I think Sandland is worth checking out if you like the way it looks.
Gotcha. Next on my list, High Speed Etoile was fantastic. It was so well done. You have cars that are like supercars that have been developed because of this new tech we've refined, right? And it's like, all right, cool. But then we get to the race, and they're actually racing around. The people that are like the best at the thing are at the front. And it's like, okay, cool. So we're gonna like follow our character as they eventually like win. But we're actually starting from like the last race of of the previous season, and we get rules. So they're taking pit stops. They've got hard, medium, and soft tires. We've got a sort of boost system that doesn't activate until they're 3 laps into the race. We have actual blocking, and the idea that you can get in somebody's way by just being at the wrong side of the track as you approach turns to force them to try to go around it outside. We've got people who are, they start kind of midfield, but by using like everything at the right time, they're able to kind of like work their way up. But that doesn't mean that they get to win. That's not just like an auto win button. They still have to fight their way to that last little bit. Just everything about what I was saying when I first saw this, where I want to see a racing format that actually has rules, that makes sense, that is something that I could see actually occurring. Perfect. Ideal. And I am going to love this series if that continues.
Hey, it seemed like they were cheating to me, actually.
Everyone else
at
is
the
going
last
to
boost,
hate
yeah.
this series because races are really cool when you start, really cool when you finish, but really boring in the middle parts
Oh
where
yeah,
not a lot
they
happens.
skipped all of that.
And
skipped
they
everything.
do that whole thing where they're like lap 17, it's pit stops. Pit stops are exciting, so they do all the pit stops, right? That is how actual racing happens. And so I can see someone coming into this for a like speed racer, action, fun, to not like this, because
Yeah, their
you
actual
have that
storytelling is
slow
not
stuff.
fun. They don't tell a story that is fun.
Well,
when
I
it
mean,
comes
this
to a
entire
race.
first episode was introducing us to the racing rules, some of the main players in the races, and then giving us the idea that somebody's got a bunch of money to be able to try to become a winner, as well as watching somebody retire, which is, kind of a fun thing to see right at the beginning.
I thought it was just weird to follow in terms of what was actually going on the track. Because one thing I did notice is the people in first and second pitted, and then this other person like stayed out. I don't remember which. I think it was Sophia or whatever they said it was.
Mm-hmm.
She stayed out, and then the leaders had to pit a second time, and then she also had to pit, but she only. It seemed like she only pitted once because it's like 50 laps ish. I don't know how many times I have to pit, and it felt really weird. It felt like I don't know why one of the guys was like in the pit longer. It seemed like it was all automatic. Like they didn't have a pit crew, right?
Right.
Because the
Yeah.
tires
It
just
looks
get-
like the pits are all sort of like regulated now. So rather than having like humans that can do a better or worse job, you have just an automated system. So your pit stop's gonna
one thing
last
that was
5
really weird
seconds or
to me
whatever.
too is the fact that it seemed like the guy, the legendary guy, the king or whatever. It seemed like his pit stop took longer. I assume it was probably because he got there later, but it seemed like his pit stop took longer because he was fueling more as in like with 10 laps left. I was like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
I thought when I watched it, all I got the sense was that it was taking longer because he had lines to deliver. That's all it felt like. It felt because
she went off and then he was there and then he went.
Yeah, because
That's
nothing
how it actually was in the show.
It felt more like the thing where like you go into someone's like thoughts and like time just sort of dilates, versus like he did any sort of like weird like slow pit or anything like that. Like that
I don't
didn't
think
seem
the
different. And they also
presentation
aren't
of the show
refilling. They're
is-
only swapping tires.
Okay. Yeah, I assume in a 50 lap race you probably wouldn't need a refuel.
You legally can't refuel in Formula One, at least, and
really?
they
Okay,
actually
that makes
refer to
sense.
F1 in this as though this is sort of the next edition
this
of
is
F1.
this is very much F1.
Because they used to refuel in F1, but then enough people caught fire because as try to go fast, and you would pull the hose out, and there would still be vapors and stuff all around, and just something would spark, and it would just like catch on fire. And that's why if you watch,
People would get burned alive.
yeah, not usually. Usually there's like 1,000 guys there that can all like grab a fire extinguisher. But if you watch IndyCar, so IndyCar still refuels, and it's really funny because they've got like this big like thing that they smash on there, does the fueling, and then they rip it off. And the second the guy pulls it off, somebody else like hits it with this squirt gun that is just an inert like fire retardant. So as soon as they come off, just in case there's any fuels or sparks, they're already hitting it with a retardant so that it won't catch fire. And
Nice.
rather than worry about that, F1 is just like, no, we're just gonna fill up as much as we need. And I mean, they do 300
And they just set the
kilometers or
laps.
something.
I was gonna say, yeah, they just set the laps, whatever the distance they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a distance that they have to go, so depending on the track they're on determines the laps. I also really like the new Mount Fuji track layout, because when they said Mount Fuji and they were talking about how fast these cars are and how like crazy they are, I was like, there's no way they're racing Mount Fuji, which is not a grade 1 track, which is what you have to be to do Formula 1. And the fact that it had a whole new turn 1 and like all these corners were like changed and they brought us around that, I was like, okay, good. Somebody in this knows that you can't race Formula cars well on Mount Fuji. Welcome,
Also,
Stu.
why was the track
You
so
called
big in the exactly one place? Did you remember the gigantic hill turn?
Wait, you mean the
It's
final
fall.
turn going up?
No, I think that was like the first turn.
The big one that banks to the right?
Yeah, the banks to the right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's turn 1. What was wrong with that
Is
turn?
that how big it is in real life or something?
No, that turn doesn't exist in real life.
Okay.
They reprofiled it.
Because that one is enormous. That one is like 10 cars wide.
Yeah, because if you remember Overtake, the first race in Overtake was at that track, but in current modern real life, where it's just a really sharp hairpin to the right.
Yeah,
was it me saying
crazy.
IndyCar or retardant that brought you on, Stu?
Retarded.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was just logging in. I got a teething baby, so I had to cut my stream short.
Oof.
We got sidetracked on a 119 verse or 176 verse psalm talking about the whole Michael Knowles Nina porn star interview.
How was that? How was that interview?
Yeah, what's your take on that?
I haven't watched it, but
I was giving my commentary on it because, as you do.
Well, I mean, it's good that I kind of think she probably needs to lay low if she's found Jesus and everything now. But, we need to not attack her, about, or attack people who are praising the fact that she has found God and is removing herself from that bad situation.
I see.
Yeah.
You think she's got this, Lucy? Probably got this.
Me and my son started watching Healing, or Not the Way to Use Healing Magic.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The wrong way to use healing magic.
Wrong way to use healing magic.
Really wrong way.
Good thing it's not Redo Healer. That'd be the wrong healing show to watch.
It wouldn't take long to realize it was the wrong one, though.
Yeah, that'd be episode 1.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm excited for High Speed Etoile.
I would not recommend anybody watch it.
Yeah, you have to love watching racing to watch this show.
Well, I wanted to watch Overtake as soon as they dub it.
They will probably never dub it.
You don't think
if they don't do it during the season, it's probably not happening. The only time that would ever happen is something becomes massively popular after it's finished airing. And
with what we need is we need a second season of Overtake that's in a season that people care about, because it was not even on the list of selections for people to be on the dub for. Where usually if a show's at least on the hump, you can be like, oh, I want to be like the director for that one. It wasn't even on that list, so I don't see it getting a dub until a season 2 comes out and people are like, wait a minute, this is really good.
But you said it's really good.
I think it's really great.
I think it's really good. I mean, I could compare it directly to 12.
Would you like me to dub it at you while we watch it together?
Hey, they don't have any female characters. I could up with that.
What do you mean they don't have any female characters?
There's one female.
I think I saw a female character.
Yeah, there's a whole crew of them that every time they come out.
You mean the fangirls that
You mean all the fangirls as well
lines.
as the one umbrella girl.
Yeah. Oh,
and then
actually,
the wife. And the wife. The wife is like in the first episode.
Which one has more lines? The wife or the
the childhood friend who's also like in the races? Probably the wife, because I think she does that whole dialogue explaining a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking she actually probably shows up more as. At first, I was thinking now the wife doesn't show up that much. And I was like, oh wait, she does. She isn't just in the first episode.
Right.
Lucy, it's actually mostly the non-Christian right that's being a dick about is it Nala? Naya? I don't know the lady's name.
Nala.
The what I've seen on Christian Twitter has been overwhelming support for her. And attacking people like Laura Loomer, who is not Christian. She is the still waiting for the Messiah flavor of things, who have been on her case, and the Manosphere group, which I don't consider a lot of those folks.
They got their own shit to be dealing with right now. They got the fresh and fraud going on.
The allegation.
Or it's Fed and fraud. Sorry, that's the one I saw on Twitter.
The Fed and fraud. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I thought that was really good.
I heard. Yeah. I saw a couple things that was like, just something about a baby, and I was like, I don't care. And I put on like an Ocarina of Time retrospective.
Yeah, basically,
like, this is way better.
One of the hosts got a girl pregnant, and he was like, "No, can you get an abortion?" because he didn't want to take responsibility, just like he always talks about women don't take responsibility.
Weak man.
Yeah, it's like
can't
it's
plant
not like
a seed and
we're
harvest the
talking
crop.
like
Come on.
this isn't a freak thing. It's not like he was on birth control or she was on birth control. He was on birth control.
I say it a lot of ways.
They didn't
I-
use any
I
protection.
say it a lot of ways, IJP.
Oh, Cammy's been covering it. Okay.
He didn't use any protection, and he's just like, "No, I'm not. No, I don't want to have a kid." It's like, yeah,
Well,
he's
you're getting a kid
clearly
now.
untrustworthy. You can't trust anything he says.
What up, IJP?
It's a whole mess. Bunch of
The
stupid
Messiah will
shit.
come when he comes, and we like it like that. But great work ethic. Oh my goodness, the number of people who are like, the eclipse is gonna bring the earthquake that'll do the end of days.
If I went
And
on
there's a
Facebook,
red
my-
cow,
my
and it's
family would
like-
probably be saying stuff like that too.
Like, really? All of this?
Oh, there's a lot of Rapture jokes yesterday. That was great.
It's pretty.
I
fun.
didn't even look at the eclipse. I didn't watch it. I didn't go outside. I didn't care.
Look, I didn't come here to hijack the stream with my content. We came here to talk about anime. So,
Well, if you
sorry,
want to
guys.
watch an anime that's all about racing in a future world where the cars go 500 kilometers an hour, which is
The only thing the show
300?
does. Cars are
300?
moving
that's
on
30
the
miles. That's I thought. Oh, you said kilometers an hour. That's 30 miles an hour, right?
street.
yeah, 300 miles an hour. It's pretty fun. I like it. But it's definitely for people who like car stuff.
Looks chick heavy.
It's all women. I think
The
they're getting
winner,
rid of the men,
the winner's
actually.
a dude, and there are a lot of chicks, but they're kind of Danica Patricks, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
pretty
Okay.
sure. I'm pretty sure that actually, this is a couple years later. I think the king retires. I don't think the king's going to be in the show.
The king has to be in the show because the king's the one that they have to beat. That one guy retires in the first one.
Yeah, that guy retires, but I think the king's going to retire too. I think it's just going to be the queen. She's going to be the only one left.
Maybe.
It's going to be all female cast because that feels like what
No,
they
I mean,
want to do.
The reason I was kind of reticent when seeing that is because that's kind of what I'm running into with Witch from Mercury.
Also, you know what the funniest thing is?
Ooh.
That half the drivers are AI in that show, and it's
It is pretty funny.
half the drivers are just AIs. It's like, what is this? Why do we allow AIs to drive?
Because it's in the same way that F1 is all about tech and like how a company can design a car that can go faster than the other people. This is now adding AI to that as well. Can you build a better AI to drive better than the people? And so far,
think
no.
you
So
did-
far, the people are better than the
I
AI.
feel like you
but-
100%
Because
could.
the drivers are Gundam pilots, and the AI drivers are mobile dolls.
Exactly. The problem is the AI has too many safety features baked in, so it won't overtake, and you can block the entire AI section of the track with like just putting yourself a little offline.
Until the AI stops caring about all of that.
Well, that'll be a few more seasons probably. Fable, the infamous hitman who wishes to he doesn't wish to do anything. He's killing a lot, and they've killed too many people, and his boss is like, you got to go not kill people for a while. So he goes to Osaka to be hidden by some Yakuza members. This show looks like it's going to be fun. Like it's going to be a hoot.
It has a specific brand of Japanese humor that you may or may not identify with. I think it was funny.
Fuck is you derailing all the time?
I think it's funny.
He's got Walter, a Glock that he gets rid of, but he doesn't want to get rid of his Nighthawk. He has a 1911 that's the Nighthawk little commando, and he's like, I'll get rid of the barrel, but I'm keeping my gun. It's so great because Nighthawks are great guns. They really are. So I understand Fable being like, screw the Tupperware guns, screw the PPK. We don't want that. But my Nighthawk.
This
keeping
is
my
my
Nighthawk.
baby. This
Yeah.
one is my baby.
That's
like-
beautiful.
He has a lot of great little quirks that seem like he's going to be a very fun character to follow.
I hate his voice though.
I don't have a problem
entire
with it.
time it's kind of like this.
It
while
is
he's
very much
talking.
part of the character, which, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna talk like this. Even when he changes his voice to have the Osaka accent, I was hoping he would be like a little more lively, or they'd have more fun with the voice. But he still like sounds so depressed the whole time.
I feel like the author had a lot of influence in this because it feels like there's so many little quirks, like how his voice comes out. It's not. It is specific. Like the way he talks is specific.
And it doesn't
Our
change.
voice.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the normie me asking a question. The voices in a lot of these animes sometimes are way over the top goofy in
That's
settings where you don't think that that's really appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? Is that just is that intentional by the folks who do
typically
these
yes.
dubs?
Yeah, and it could be a few different reasons. So it could be the original creator of the manga or the light novel was like, this is what that character should sound like, and they're like, I really would like to hear this, and they make it happen. It could be that they landed a really famous voice actor that does that kind of voice, and they're like, we got to make use of the voice. Otherwise, why do we pay this guy so much? Or it could just be the director was like, I want this character to have a little bit more of a lightheartedness to him as opposed to the way that the series was. So, it could be any number of people, but it's always on purpose.
I was going to say, one thing you could look for the voice, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, were they in JoJo? They're going to have to use that one.
JoJo!
Oh, don't worry, fansite. It wasn't a P-38. It was a PPK.
A P-38's an airplane.
It's also an older Walter.
It's an older airplane.
It's American airplane.
If somebody's hiring the
German
guy
gun.
voice Dio, they're going to have him voice Dio again.
It's just, to me, it's just like, man, I feel like a competent person would be able to get this done in a way that, I don't know, the voices seem more in line with what you expect them to sound like.
For dubs, I don't really
Oh,
know
yeah, you watch dubs.
Yeah,
Okay, no.
For dubs, it is different. They have a smaller talent pool, purely. They just have less people to work with. That is something they have to deal with. Another thing is they're just not as talented. There's just not as many talented voice actors, like at the top level. They just aren't as good.
And
I'm sure that they're probably not. I mean, there's a lot of voice actors out there that do other things that aren't in anime, and I'm sure that they're just.
And the way that dubs works is like Alex Moore is talking like, okay, the director wants the change, will make it happen. So you have all your shows that are coming out throughout the season, right? And these are the ones that we're going to dub. Are these top? These three are gonna get screwed. We're not gonna dub these.
Or Overtake.
Immediately drop Overtake, and then you have all of the directors who then submit saying, I want to dub or be the director on this one, and this one. And then this person says this one, and this one. And then so on. So all of the directors submit their little sheets to say which anime they want to dub that season. And then they go through a combination of nepotism and what's it called when you work for tenure? Nepotism and tenure to see which of these 5 people who all wanted this show are going to be the director on that show. And then that director gets, he'll get his first pick, and maybe he's got a little extra time, so he'll get his second pick or something like that. And so the farther down this list you go of, this is My Hero Academia. This is Slime, reincarnated as a slime. These are your big hitting shows. Soon as you get far enough down this list, like down into the shows that are like probably really good, but they're a one-off and nobody's really going to like try to make their legacy off of it, you start getting the people that are at the bottom of the nepotism and the hierarchy that are like, well, I guess, this is my one I've got. So you'll get people that are just going to have fun with it. You'll get people that'll try to make it their magnum opus. You'll get people that are like, you know what? Nobody's really watching this show, but for some reason it's on our dub list. So let's just get the job done. And that's sort of what you'll find is the
DUN done.
Done DUN.
Yeah, we're here to get paid. That's what it is. We're here to get paid. I don't care.
We're here to get this done. Let's just do it. Let's have some fun.
I mean, I guess when you're talking about magnum opus, you're like people doing as like a resume builder or something like that.
Exactly. They're like we really want like I'm new. This is the first one. I got to make sure I get everyone I can to be as good as possible so that next time I'll be able to get one of these top shows. And that's sort of how it all works back end wise.
Okay.
And yes, these people here, especially the ones that are getting, say, these top shows, they will be the ones deciding, I want this character to have this unique voice. When you get down here to the people that are getting stuck with these bottom tier shows, bottom tier on Crunchyroll's hierarchy of what they want to dub, not that the show is actually
Right.
bad, they may be able to get somebody, a voice actor who's a little more famous but needs, some work that season, into their show, and that voice actor may lead that character as opposed to the director leading that character. So it just sort of depends on the combination of the director's tenure as well as the actor's tenure.
Now, the people at the top, but the people at the top aren't necessarily the best. Like you said, you brought it up at the top of the nepotism ladder.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of it is like quote unquote tenure. But I mean, tenure just sort of breaks down into a form of nepotism, I think, at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah, if somebody's going to be in an industry that long, it's probably because they have a lot of friends. That's probably how that works.
But overall, that's why you'll get some dubs that are kind of funky, kind of wild. I don't know why. It might work better, I think, once we get more characters involved with this series, because
It's like a Japanese Stallone.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a lot of characters. He's
He's
there's
more of a
so many
Japanese
characters in the
Seagal.
OP.
You're
Yes.
like, how are you not shot right now? And he's just like, because I'm too fast. Like,
Well, doesn't
okay.
Seagal think he's Japanese?
He might as well be, yeah.
He's more like too Japanese because he's fat.
Grandpa and Grandma turn young again. This show's adorable. This show is actually really fun. It does have a really weird joke, like at the beginning, where like the granddaughter wants to date her grandpa, who is now young, because he's so hot as a young person. And I was like, that's a weird joke. You are aware it's your grandfather. Like,
Japan, they're into that stuff.
Hey, the daughter-in-law also finds him attractive. That's just
she is
how
the
it
daughter-in-law, though. An in-law is a little different than a genetic descendant.
Well, I mean, she found her husband attractive, so I think it makes sense.
Exactly, that one makes sense. Whereas the granddaughter is like why is this the joke that's here? It's not played for long, and they move on to other funny stuff with the fact that they're like young and like they have old man strength as young bodies now, so now they've got triple strength basically. It's hilarious. This show is really, really good.
I say
So
they
these
put
folks
her
are
back
just
in her
suddenly
place
turned
too.
into young. I thought that this was the premise of this was maybe they were talking about what it was like when they were young.
No, it literally, they find a magic apple and eat it and then wake up and they are young again. They still have gray hair, so you know it's grandma and grandpa, but like they are just in their late 20s, mid 20s or so.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably like early 20s.
And there's some fun little they do like a competition with like the community group that's like this big physical thing, and that's a great time. But it is just a goofy little look at like what if you got your youth again. And I think this will be fun.
I was gonna say no. The granddaughter also had to be put in her place again at the end of the episode, though. The grandma looked at her and treated her like she was the arranged marriage candidate for her husband.
I feel like that one was more of just wanting to know like how badass a grandma was,
Yeah.
because her immediate next line is, "Grandma, you're the best. I love you."
Mhm.
So I feel like that makes a little bit more sense. Like, Grandma, tell me how cool you were defending Grandpa back in the day.
But she's also, man, maybe
It
she
was-
just likes that. I don't know.
No, it was less of that. That one wasn't as weird. If there's incest talk, well, I guess.
Alex, you need Jesus.
Alex, that's why you read Korean garbage.
hmm
I swear, everything that comes from Korea, except for Stellar Blade, is just overrated garbage.
If I
Their
told Alex
video
we're going
games are
back to
great.
Genesis, he'd probably tune in.
I have not seen any manhwa except for like Tower of God that I would even consider good.
Oh, you shouldn't consider that good.
I like Tower of God.
Well, you
Korean video games
I said
and
manhwa.
Korean reality TV can
I
be really
have
good.
never watched Korean reality TV, so I cannot comment on that.
Yeah, if you ever bored, put on some Singles Inferno. That's a hilarious show.
It is Blaine's show.
Not as funny as Go Go Loser Ranger, the show made for me but not by me. This is great. This is way more than I thought it was going to be on the cover of the box. The whole, like, we've got these 5 Power Ranger types that have defeated all these people, but there's a few of the putties left. I'm going to use the term putty because that's what they were called when I was a kid.
Yes.
They have a different name in this one, but the putties also have, like, transforming powers.
They're
so now they're just
dusters.
putting on, like, not only is this like my Super Sentai love, they're basically doing pro wrestling at the same time, where they have a big fight that's all kind of staged, but they're still actually fighting.
His name is John Cena.
It's so good. Oh, I'm like a quarter of the way through WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is like such a long event, but I am also a huge wrestling fan, and seeing them like have like different lines they're trying to like throw out there. They're like, oh, how do we take the fall on this one? How do we, like, it's really fun the way it's done. And then the Loser Ranger is now that's what I'm calling him because it's the name of the show. But our main putty in the middle here, he's like, I'm tired of losing and getting like
I think his
beat.
name was Duster D.
Yeah, they are the Dusters. That's the name for putties in this one. But yeah, at one point the big monster
now I
they
know why you're a
create
fan.
turns in. He's a tiger and he turns into Toraku with a tiger truck.
The stupidest stuff you ever seen.
It's so dope. And the best is, like, you know, you see these eyeballs and you're like, man, those eyeballs are kind of off. I wonder if the transformation didn't work right. No, he just has wacky eyeballs because he's just one of the Dusters, like, transformed into a big monster. It's so much fun the way they've got this lined up. And then the Dusters are all identical. Like, they're all the same, but they all have, like, subtle differences where you're like, oh, beyond just the letter patch on all their shoulders, like A, B, C, D, you can actually kind of tell who's who when they're all sitting around talking. So I really enjoyed this one.
It is really funny how this is wrestling, but it's also Monster of the Week at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
They're running a wrestling Monster of the Week to put on a show for the heroes to make them look good and earn them money.
The animal encyclopedia was great. I like the one where they're like trying to come up with what their monster is, and it's just like, what if he's just strong, buff man? And you're like, okay. They're like, you can't do just an idea. We have to have like a concrete thing.
We have to have a motif.
A motif. It's so...
No, we already did lions, damn it.
We already did a lot, yeah. They're whiteboarding their like plan for what their next match is gonna be. It was a great time. I loved this. Can't wait for more.
I also like the blonde yandere that you see there.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how she moves going forward, because obviously she's like one of the side characters in the battle, like trying to like keep the audience safe.
She's one of the subordinates to the Rangers.
But
she
then
seems
she's
more
like
she wants to have
clearly
some fun.
Yeah, she's clearly like, oh, let's it's up to you now, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. She seems like she likes to get up to some freaky stuff.
As long as they don't unionize. Well, they might not. They won't have a chance. They'll get
No, the
zapped
show
away
doesn't
again.
have unions in it yet.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't know I didn't know you were a wrestling fan.
Oh, dude, I am one of the biggest. I had in middle school, I wore giant shorts and the John Cena wristbands like all the time. That was my uniform.
I could see that, yeah.
You guys like my wristbands? What wristbands?
I had a spinner necklace, okay?
My uncle was
Jeff and I picked up a show this season, The Loser Ranger.
My uncle managed Mankind back when he was Cactus Jack for a little bit.
Oh, that's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
He and then Chaco, who's on my show from time to time, the Catholic guy.
Yeah.
He is he has got some sort of big presence in the Peruvian, pro wrestling scene down there.
The Peruvian one, eh?
Or no, Paraguay, because that's where he lives. But he's always been into wrestling in South America. Like,
gotcha.
producing it, and managing it and doing a lot of stuff. So he's a great source for information on that stuff too.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's great. I just love getting back into it about a month ago and then being like, wait, The Rock's back? Like I've been watching consistently for a while, but I'm finally back into it, actually like keeping up with at least Raw. And it's been a blast. It's been a hoot. And you've got like the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, whose dad was Dusty Rhodes, the
Dusty
American
Rhodes?
Dream, and you're like, what? And you got like, there is so much legacy. At WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio was in a tag match against his son, Dominic Mysterio, and at one point takes off his belt. I was like, oh, Daddy's home! Like it was wonderful.
Well, the Guerrero family's been doing also. Rey Mysterio's been a favorite of mine for years, since back in the late '90s.
Yeah.
Just
Remind
because-
me, is Dom actually Eddie Guerrero's kid, or is he actually Rey Mysterio's son? I never remember.
I don't know. Chaco would probably know. He probably knows that.
That
whole,
back and forth
and
was
they're-
wild.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I don't
difficult.
watch wrestling at all, but I thought Cody Rhodes has a great look for a wrestler.
Doesn't he? He looks
Yeah.
like a combination of Homelander and Iron Man. Like,
Oh, they need.
He looks like
that.
a young Vince McMahon.
and he's
They
also
need that. Would be a Homelander-like character in wrestling would be perfect.
It really is, isn't it?
except he's loved. That's the best
Oh
part.
my goodness!
Everybody just like he looks like a absolute
His neck
twat
tat-
waffle. Like look at that's how he comes out.
His
But
neck tattoo is
everybody
hilarious.
loves him.
He is now my favorite person right now in wrestling. I don't even have to watch him. I just got to look at this and be like, I already know how this is.
Hey,
gonna
isn't
go
that
down.
part of the charm of wrestling? Is
He's just so
The part of wrestling is it's. I mean, in very many ways, it's like anime. It's so over the top intentionally.
and yeah, it's
Oh,
a
for
cartoon.
sure.
It is straight up a cartoon.
Yeah, and it doesn't take itself seriously, even though it kind of comes off like they're serious.
well. They act it seriously, but
The
it's
craft is
not
serious.
serious, right?
Yeah,
That's what's
scripting
so
isn't
beautiful
serious.
about it. The writer's room is like some of the most genius people I think I've ever seen. My wife was asking, she's like, so do these people like each other?
Oh, they're
off
best friends,
stage?
most
And I'm
of
like, most of them probably. I'm sure it's like any other group where like you're like, I don't that
And
guy and
mostly
I we
they're
never
just
go
coworkers.
hang out.
Well,
with
have you
it.
watched
Good
Dark Side of the
friends.
Ring? Any of those?
No. The only ones I've usually watched documentary wise were all to do with like the Undertaker.
No, Undertaker's my favorite.
I say back in the day, definitely people hate
They
each
did.
other, right?
So look up Dark Side of the Ring episodes on the Montreal Screwjob with Bret Hart and shit, what's his face? And the one they did on Macho Man.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see, I mean, of course, that was 80s and 90s when there's a lot of cocaine and everything.
Right.
And but as a general rule, they're all kind of supporting each other.
For sure.
But there is drama in there, especially when you've got
Anytime you get two people in a room, there's going to be drama, right?
especially when you
third.
add the fact that they're actors.
That's the other thing she asked that I like had never thought about. She was like, so did they want to be actors or did they want to be like stuntmen? Like what is the path to this? And I'm like, at this point, I'm pretty sure the path is I want to be in wrestling. Like that seems like what most people get into.
Well, like
but-
with Bret Hart's family, I mean that it was kind of like the circus, right? It was
Mhm.
that's what they did,
Yeah.
and that's what their dad did, and he taught all of them how to do it, and they went
Honestly,
into it. And had a whole-
I have to believe it's a mix of both stuntmen and actors. Like actors
Both.
that want to be stunt or stuntmen that want to be actors, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you've got to. Although there's some of these wrestlers where I'm like, bro, I think I can lift more than you. What are you doing out? Like, there's some people who I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, I remember when WWE divas were all like getting ready to go on the cover of Playboy like the next day, and there's some that aren't anymore.
Yep.
Let me pull up. And I mean,
want to win.
some are worth it. Like some are great. Like Nia Jax is she's like a female Big Show.
I love Big Show.
So this woman is 6 foot, 280 pounds, which in the women's division is a monster.
She's
So
probably
watch-
50 pounds bigger than anybody her height.
Yeah, she's also a head taller than all the rest of them.
You
'cause,
know,
like,
remember
most-
how Undertaker used to take people out in body bags after he was done with them?
Yep.
You should wrap them up in a giant Chipotle burrito. And take 'em out
to
with
go
her.
bags.
Yeah, Gravy's right, Lucy.
I would say Undertaker's a good comparison because Undertaker is huge too. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
he was tall.
Like,
And then you
in
have
the-
others
in the
where you're
80s,
like, do you know you're here to like throw people around and like this is wrestling, not just like
She looks like
fashion
a
show
gymnast.
time? Like I feel like I saw her in the pew in front of me on Sunday. Like it's just nothing about her screams like I'm a wrestler, and I'm like, what are you doing here?
Who are
Wrestling.
you?
Gravy, that's actually terrifying. Yeah, and when she gives you a stink face, it lasts the whole week. Stink face, Serranos, is when you knock your opponent into the corner and then you run at them and shove your ass in their face.
Oh, that's gross. That seems like something that happened to my shirt because when I put it on after I took a shower, it stunk. So I threw that back in the wash. I got a new shirt.
Your shirt
one
got
doesn't
stank faced.
Yeah,
All right.
somebody put it in their ass. It
I
wasn't
was
me.
reincarnated as a 7th prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. Seems on the surface to be a very strange show.
That's a
We have
mouthful.
a Shota character who got reincarnated and is doing magic stuff. He's in a castle full of maids that may or may not want to sleep with him every night. And it also has some amazing animation.
Yes.
Really fun premise of the guy who's just really focused on learning magic, and his new body has like a ton of mana, and he's meeting like demons and stuff, and they're like, I can't do anything. What do you like? How are you this strong? He's wildly powerful, and he wants nothing to do with the aforementioned maids. In fact, he's always trying to escape them, and I think it's gonna actually be really fun. Once it gets going. But that first episode, I've only watched the first one. There's 2 out right now. That first episode had me like, this is kind of weird. Okay, all right. I'm gonna watch this one. Like it definitely took me a bit to get through it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite shows that I watched so far. I watched the 2nd episode. And
Were you also
he
shocked
does
by the
unspeak-
quality of like the fight animation?
Yeah, like
It
all of the animation was good.
amazing.
And it's better in the 2nd episode.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Also, he does unspeakable things to the goat. Like it's not. You're worried about the maids. You should have been worried about the main character, what he's gonna do to other people.
I see.
Yeah, one pretty.
The maids just yell in the bath, whereas he actually mutilates the goat demon.
This
Yep.
is taking place in Iraq.
No, not that kind of goat.
It's gonna look like Iraq after he's done with it, because he gets his spells enhanced by using the goat as
Oh,
the,
that's wonderful.
as a conduit. Yeah, it's terrifying.
Have you guys heard of a show called Freyren? I've heard of it.
Yeah,
Something
don't
about
watch
that.
it dubbed. By the way, you were talking about dubs. Don't watch it dubbed. Freyren's dub voice is just worse. It just doesn't fit her.
Yeah.
I think I need to wash this mic koozie. I literally just opened it up straight from China, so if I die, you all know why.
Wet
Did we
market.
talk about Windbreaker?
I mentioned it.
Okay.
'cause
I liked it.
Leon watched it. Yeah.
Oh, we did. We talked about it on Friday. I like it. Excited to see how it goes. Definitely seems better than the Tokyo Revengers clone that it looks like it is.
Hopefully, it can be better than Jujutsu Kaisen.
I haven't heard what you just said. Chilling in another world with level 2 super cheat powers. Pretty good intro. I think it's got a nice a nice setup for the sort of king and royals and everything being like dick bags, but the country being like worth protecting, which I think will be fun moving forward. The way that the level 2 cheat powers work is interesting. Probably the most unique thing maybe about this one. Now I don't. Ooh, actually, hold on. Anyway, most unique thing about this one is that the reincarnated main character who's really strong is not from Japan. He's from another medieval world.
Yeah.
It's sort of like I can't think of when that's happened before.
I think it has, but yeah, this is uncommon.
Because as soon as it started out with like a dude in like a fantasy land, I was like, oh, he's gonna get reincarnated to Japan or something. And then he just goes to another like fantasy world, and I'm like, huh. So like he already knows how like bottomless bags work and some of these level stats and things because it happens in his world, as opposed to, oh, I've played a video game where that happens. So it's a weird sort of take there. I'm gonna give this one a few more, but it's not immediately like I need to see this guy's whole
I didn't have anything I liked in the first episode.
You didn't like the muscle mommy?
I mean, that's fine, but I don't really. I mean, I guess she's probably gonna be part of his party or something because she's on the cover with like the other ones. But that's not really enough to make me like, ooh, I like this. It's not like I like her characters. Like her design's fine.
I tell you what has me giving it at least a few more. But admitting like it is teetering on the drop list is that whole dynamic of the king just being an absolute dickbag and this other hero who thinks he's all that. Basically two heroes get summoned. One of them has like normal like dude powers and the other one has like godly powers, and they're like, oh, the godly powered one is our like is our hero, cool. And so they move him into being the hero, and then the other guy just gets left behind. The other guy's our main character who eventually gets like this crazy power because of course they always do. And the way that they're hyping him up to be like this cool shit, and that the king is like all about him, and then he's being a real dickbag to the other guy. It's like I want to see kind of where that goes. But if we just end up focusing on our main dude, like walking places and having a computer auto fix the world around him, then it's an easy drop for me.
Yeah, I don't care about our main character at all. There's nothing that attaches me. Just like, oh, that's kind of fun with him. That's why I don't care about the show at all. There wasn't any other character. It's not like he has a companion character. It's not like the AI computer thing is like really funny and does stupid stuff, does things he doesn't want. It's just like when he says something, he's like, huh, can you purify the entire forest for me? It's like, yep.
So
Yeah,
I
does it.
actually, I was gonna say I read the manga for this without realizing it was the same show initially.
Oh, that's funny.
Was there a joke? Whenever they realize that. So in the manga, whenever he's summoned and tries to ask to go back, they're like, "The fuck you mean you didn't go back? You had 30 seconds to go back once you were summoned."
Nope, they skipped that.
So
Yeah.
the thing they say is, he's like, oh well, I guess you can send me back, and then they see the stats for the hero, and they all go fawning over the hero that the kingdom is chosen, and he's like, can you send me back? And then like he keeps like saying it, and they like keep ignoring him, and then like the next scene they're like, oh, it's too late, we can't send you back anymore.
Yeah,
And
why
that's
didn't you ask us to send you back?
Yeah, why didn't you ask us
Exactly.
sooner? Like, I don't know. It's good enough to keep going, but it's definitely not a one I can guarantee you I want to finish.
I can't really say it's good enough to keep going when every other show I've found to be almost every single other show I found to be better.
Yeah, for real. I
Like
dropped
almost
that-
like there's so many shows this season that are like, yeah, I like that. Like almost every single show I've watched this season, or almost every show I've watched this season, I said, yeah, I like that. So when I get a show that I don't say that, it's hard to say, I'm gonna give that more time.
You know. Blue Archive needs to learn to set up their setting better.
Not blue enough.
Not blue enough. No.
No, yeah, the Blue Archive setting is weird to actually just fall into.
And it doesn't, like, it tries to set it up like there's these 3 schools, but they're also kind of towns, and they're run by like a general school assembly. The general school assembly is like, they're missing the president, so the truce the treaty between the 3 different schools isn't working out. For some reason, the one area is turning into a desert, I guess. But like they really need to watch the first episode of Certain Magical Index or Certain Scientific Railgun and see how you just have someone tell you what the city is, and then we can go forward. Because at no point did I really feel like, okay, why are we at this school? What are we doing here? Why are we defending? Why are they shooting? Why do they want to take it? Like, nothing really made sense as to why we were doing anything without at least an interesting setting. Because right now, you're in like a school setting, in a schoolroom, and they all have halos, but they also have guns, and they go around to places that are far away.
This is very much pushed at people who are already fans of Blue Archive. It doesn't actually present you to the world at all.
Yeah.
Because what they actually did is this is just the opening of the game. This is not the game.
Interesting.
That, actually, they just straight skip most of the opening where he arrives at whatever shale and then meets all the leaders, which there are a lot more in 3, but yeah. He meets them all, and then we get to this arc.
Yeah, this isn't a good way to present the show, but I think I'm going to enjoy with the characters because I already enjoy the characters. So that's part of it. Is I already know Blue Archive. I already know a lot about the characters. I know these people that I know who's going to show up. I know the story and stuff. And this is just presenting it in an animated form instead of having to play through the game at all, which I just don't really care to do.
Yep.
So it is very much marketed at me. Or people that are already fans of the game.
I also found it really funny that they used a drone to just drop off a mag rather than just like, I don't know, use the drone to blow someone up. Like,
or throw a grenade. Because they do in the game. You can actually, like, different people have drones to bomb your enemies.
Yeah, but that character specifically uses it to heal her allies.
Yeah, she is a support character, and that's what she uses hers for. So that's what she does.
It's a tablet game. Got it.
Yeah, that's what she does in the anime. It is really funny that she just drops ammo. It would be funnier if she just brought her a new gun. Just drop your gun. Here's the new gun. Just as
it's faster than a reload. Grab your other gun.
Yeah, like straight up. Some practicality too is like if you have multiple, sure.
So when does the bunny bar happen?
In Blue Archive.
Yeah, the Blue Archive, because the only place I've really like I've obviously seen some of the ads for the mobile game, but most of the time if I see Blue Archive, it's like the Good Smile figure, and it's always
I don't know if the bunny bar is actually canon. That's not something I bothered checking. So I don't know. I don't think that'll show up in the story.
It's an event.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know if all.
But are they going to get it in the story?
Yeah.
Also, everyone having white guns is a little like one white gun. Oh, cool, I could see that.
That's specific.
But
to
everyone
their house.
having white guns.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
That's specifically their house. Yeah, that Abydos.
Gotcha.
Because once you see the other ones, they have different styles for their guns.
Yeah.
Like Johanna's the easiest one to tell. Is like, okay, these guys all have black guns because they're evil.
That makes sense.
Everyone likes Johanna. Don't even count.
And Tonari no Yokai-san. This was way better than I was expecting it to be. But it took it until the end of the episode to be like, oh, by the way, we're going to be way cooler than you thought we were going to be. Because the entire episode leading up to the end was like, this is happening. Yokai are pretty normal. We run into them all the time. They do all this stuff. We live with the yokai. We're friends with the yokai. Yokai have their own like licenses and stuff. We got, the world is set up to work with yokai here. And then at the end we get this shadowy presence, and you're like, oh, okay. I like this. I would have taken Fun Happy Village Show with yokai that we just kind of hang out with, but now we're going to add some sort of like mystery void dimension? I am in.
Oh, that's what Blaine loves, something we don't understand. That's all. Always makes shows better.
Well, see, I've got to have something I do understand paired with something I don't understand, right? Because like Blue Archive, I'm gone. I'm like, I don't know why I should care about any of this. Whereas like even like a Metallic Rouge, where you're like, oh, I don't know why we're fighting, but I get the idea of androids versus people and drugs. Like I understand these sort of things. Like I want to see where we go.
I can give you a little bit of spoiler on the Blue Archive, like where we're actually heading.
I mean, you could just tell me like why the world's turning into a desert.
I actually have no idea why that's happening. But the main thing of the story, the main idea of the story of Blue Archive is the sensei prevents a bad ending. He's a positive influence in their lives because he teaches them things. But there is going to be invasion from like the alternate dimension trying to destroy their world.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Also,
Well-
mostly it's cute girls doing cute things with guns. And if
Did-
you enjoy that, you'll probably enjoy their antics.
Did you watch Tonari no Yokai-san?
Yeah, I watched
Mhm.
everything.
Did you
Yeah, but-
also enjoy it, or were you?
I think
like,
it's cool.
meh?
Yeah, I think it's all right. I might not keep up with it, but I will give it a couple episodes to stick on. 'Cause I
I'll be
do
honest.
like
Up until the very end, I was like, "Well, this will be the one I'll watch if there's nothing else to watch that day." But as soon as that end came around, I was like, "All right, we're in."
I didn't really like
Yeah, I
the
think
Tengu
the-
character for a while.
Cause yeah, I think the village setting can be fun, just a nice casual thing. But like
Who
you
did
said,
you
like
not like for a while? You say?
The Tengu, the Crow Tengu.
Oh yeah. You thought he was a bit too protective of his village.
Not even that. He was just kind of. So, and then he just talked.
yeah, I could say like I'm not like a huge fan of the cat. I'm not particularly caring for the cat, but seeing him be our path to learning more about the world, I could live with that. I like the family he lives with more. I think
Mhm.
they seem more interesting to me. seeing
Oh
as
yeah,
how-
and they
they
have the more
how-
interesting question mark on.
Yeah,
it,
they have
right?
more interesting question mark in how these people live in a world with all these spirit creature guys, right?
Yeah,
What is it
exactly.
like for normal people? That seems like a more interesting question to me.
For sure. So that's all I watched. You happy, Alex? No more reviews for a month.
Wasn't there more Serranos?
I'll put out a video probably for this actually.
Yeah, Stranos has a bunch more, I'm sure. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Almost
So like I
everything
said, I
has
watched
started.
basically everything except for the show. I'm gonna let I'm gonna let Leon take Tadaima Okairi,
Mhm.
the Omega.
Oh, you're not gonna watch Tadaima?
No, I'm gonna let Leon take the Omegaverse show with all men and men getting pregnant.
The little embreg.
No,
The
Leon, it's
Emperor.
like Buddy Daddies. You just gotta go watch it.
It's like buddy daddies, Leon.
They're like daddies, but they're buddies.
I also have to recommend everybody watch Girls Band Cry.
Oh, I
You-
keep clicking that one,
Yeah.
but I keep not starting it yet. So it
Yeah,
is.
Dude, it's really
on the
good.
official YouTube channel. Is it just on the YouTube channel but not available in America?
I don't know. I'm finding it pretty easily.
It was.
I just
great.
haven't clicked play on it at all. Is all.
So is it on like piracy sites or something? Because
Yeah.
it didn't show up for a while for me because I saw it on.
Literally the day after
half a
you
day
told me
later.
about it, I saw it.
Okay,
Then,
so people
so it
managed
was
to
at least then.
yeah. People managed to spread it out, but it didn't show up for a while after it aired.
There's a BL show. Yeah, it's called Tadaima Okaidi, which means I'm home, welcome home.
Yeah, I didn't like Jellyfish as much as Girls Band Cry, but I'm probably gonna keep watching Jellyfish too.
Jellyfish is the one where they're all in Shibuya, right?
Let's see. Yes, that is it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one still I keep clicking. I just click everything I haven't watched yet, and then we just like click tabs and hit play. See what's going on.
They're fairly similar shows.
Yeah. The girls in Jellyfish are like a year or two younger. It feels like they're just a little bit younger. They're more towards like early high school than end of high school. But I mean, she is 17, so she's actually the same age. It's just they feel younger because they have more moe designs.
Mhm.
It just feels younger, but it's not necessarily younger.
No, they're actually I think they're actually just the same age. It's just the characters are like they got the same mix because both of them have characters from like 17 to like 21.
Oh, gotcha.
Girls that are going to be forming a band. It's like they're quite similar, but still very different. which is
Oh,
kinda
I
fun.
have a question for you, Captain Blue Archive. Why are our main characters the only ones that have humanoid features?
Oh, you mean all the girls? Yeah, because there's a lot of
Like
I didn't
every
even
time it
realize
pans through
there-
the city,
yeah, there's
it's
a lot of
all
animals.
animal creatures.
I wasn't even that familiar with it because that doesn't really come up because all of the characters are humans. They're
Yeah.
all
The
angels.
newscaster was a cat. Like
I know that's definitely part of the lore is the fact that I think they are like basically angels. I think that's really cute with the Halo thing.
they
Mhm.
are angels. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like how it works. And there's something weird going on there.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Saying
I mean, there's definitely
that's one
something
reason
weird
I
going
want to
on
watch the
there.
anime too, is because I expect they'll get more into the story, or they'll get into all of the story stuff that I didn't bother going into because I didn't play the game,
Wait, you didn't play the game?
or I didn't play the game very much. I played the game when it came out for like a month. I didn't go into the story and like keep going down and down and go to play all these different events. I'm sure Michael played Blue Archive more than I did because that's the kind of person he is.
Damn.
Call out. Are you making sure to log into Mahjong Soul just to make sure
Yeah.
you get the?
Well, I'm playing it. I like Mahjong Soul.
Well, you're
And
playing
they're
Still
adding
still playing Riichi City.
I was thinking, okay, I might have to pull again in Mahjong Soul. I might
I
have
heard
yeah?
Riichi City sucks, by the way.
Because
Riichi
they have a
City does
Blue
suck.
Archive thing going.
Yeah, they're adding fuck, I always forget her name. Shinoko?
Shiroko?
Shiroko, yeah, Shiroko.
Yeah,
And,
the main
Shinoki
character.
Doke.
It's the main fox girl.
Yeah, the main fox girl on the bike. And the pink-haired lolly.
Hoshino.
Yeah, Hoshino.
Yeah, I'm making sure I join in to hit the sign in button
Dude,
so
the
I can
sign-in bonuses are so good.
get the collab.
You actually
stuff.
get 30 pulls or something, was it?
No, you get bond experience. Like
Well, you get
what,
3
2,000?
happy coupons. Yeah, which increase
you
your
get-
bond.
2,000 bond experience is crazy. I'm going to use it immediately on that damn fucking panda tiger.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I almost have all of the items to level up my one character in Riichi City, but I don't have the Bond XP yet. That's a long.
Oh,
way
you're still at 350 out of 8,000.
I was able to go from 0 to 3 with the character that I got.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it ramps.
with like just it's like the level 2 thing. It was like, oh shoot, that was pretty easy because like I'm at 3 already with the main girl, the orange haired one, and it feels like the bond gifts. I'm like I'm mostly just getting bond through playing matches. I'm not really gifting much right now because I haven't earned any surgical mass or whatever the hell else she likes.
So yeah, my Bond is at level 4. I am at 1.3k out of 3,000.
1.3k out of 3,000. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm halfway to level 5, and then I need to do it again.
I just have this thing where like if it's not a heart item, I kind of don't want to give it to them.
Well, I'm not gonna be like, for me, I'm not gonna be leveling anybody else up, so I don't care.
Oh, I see. I kind of like the second one I got. I got like the fox priestessy thing, so I'm like I'm gonna probably put more time towards this one eventually. But since I already was chunking away at Orange Girl, I was like, you're close enough. I'll get you there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get you there. We'll make it. It'll be all right. Panda Tiger
Have you
sounds
seen
like
you've seen the train show by now, right?
no, I have not.
Oh, you
watched
haven't seen
Train.
Train to the End of the World. That has been very fun.
Has it? Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, I train to the End of the World. None of the comeback shows.
Mhm.
I haven't even watched the. What is it? Is it like a theater release of the
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer? That's
Yeah, it
on
was
there.
just the first 3 episodes of the new season.
Yeah, so I didn't watch any of that.
Is there an episode? I'm gonna check if there's an episode count for it yet.
An actual episode count?
Yeah, because I want to know if they're gonna just push through. They probably won't.
Nope, they don't respect your time.
I want to like the train show, but having all 4 girls talking at once is really rough to read. Ugh, that can be annoying.
I mean,
Well, I
just
mean,
get
you
to
don't
it.
really have to read all of what they say. Actually, usually they're reacting to the same thing.
Well, so at least with the site that I watch on, this happens all the time. with it was especially bad in Sign of Affection, where she would write something and it would have the translation on the screen and she would be saying it as she wrote it, so it gave you like what she was saying on the screen as well, so you would have like a wall of text sometimes, and I'm like, get out of the way, text, I just want to watch.
Yeah, that's what's nice is when I watch ones that they don't do that because they just translate it on top of it. They just like paste over it on the text.
Yeah.
If they translate that anyways.
Yeah, the insert translations are always really good. But depending on where it's coming from, they don't always do that. You're going to continue watching it? Okay.
Yeah, it's very fun for what it is.
Okay.
Just 4 girls bickering as they try to not die.
Classic, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Attach. Oh, I got it. Whew, okay, that one was actually kind of annoying. All right, so that's on. PC2. We're already getting to the PC parts. Nice. PC part.
So yeah, which one did you select?
The Gundam Flauros, also known as the pink one from Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
It is this one. It's especially cool because he's got these crazy guns on his back, and in order to fire them, he actually like deploys all 4 legs, and so he goes into this sort of like animal style mode, but it's just so that he can like stab his legs into the ground and not move when he launches with these giant cannons. Really cool character.
Furry Gundam. Okay.
Yeah, really cool character. Kind of a Zoids-ish look to the Gundam. And it's called Flauros, which is just a silly name to say. Give me those.
Demon Slayer comes out on the same day as Smiling Friends Season 2. Oh boy.
So are you going to be more excited for Demon Slayer then?
Fuck no.
Because it'll announce that Smiling Friends is out. You'll be like, sweet, Demon Slayer is out. Oh, you watch it? No, I just know that now I can watch Smiling Friends.
Exactly.
Oh, small moo! Rip small moo.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay,
That's
one more
not
time.
Smart Moo. What are you
Ooh,
talking
ooh, ooh. Well, do you know about Gimli's famous, iconic victory dance?
Yeah, you just told me about it.
I'll do it for $5.
$5.
I'd rather listen. I'd rather get feedback from Stu.
You want more Shinobu next season? Isn't it literally Shinobu season?
No, it's training arc season, and then everyone dies.
And then everyone dies.
But I thought they were training with Shinobu this next season.
No, they're training with everyone.
Oh, I see.
Train to fight the big bad boy.
Yeah, all the Hashira they train with all of them because it's the end.
You mean I get more Whippy Sword next season? That's all I want.
No.
Dang it. But I want the Whippy Sword.
Anyway, they knock off Bleach so much in Demon Slayer. I'm just gonna say it.
I mean, you might as well copy the king, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna say it. They straight up ripped off one of the twists in Bleach. Well, not even a twist. They kind of build it up there, make it kind of obvious, but like they still just rip it off.
Wait, have we already seen this ripoff?
No, because it comes out of nowhere in Demon Slayer. That's why I'm not talking about it.
Oh no, I just meant like if we had seen it already seasonally or whatever.
No, it's coming up. It's like towards the very end.
Gotcha.
Which also lines up with Bleach because it happens towards the end of the Aizen arc.
Gosh,
so everything lines up perfectly.
That was not a I get it, but like also like I feel like Aizen just as a character, I was like, I'm so done with this.
Oh yeah, I didn't care at all for Aizen. I know people hype him up a ton, but like, I watched his shit through the anime. I didn't read the manga, so like, you know.
How many people do you think actually read the manga, Michael? As all anime watchers.
I read
Well,
a
I
good
think
chunk
the
of the
guy,
manga.
I think the guy who got everyone hyped up on Aizen did read the manga, and I think no one else did.
Trying to think, how much of the manga did I read? Because I was watching Bleach back when it wasn't done yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually started reading the manga after I had watched, I think it was like maybe the second or third season. I'd have to look timeline wise. But I found out what chapter it was on and started reading, and I just remember
Mm-hmm.
him being not great. I was just like, okay.
It really isn't. People
Alright.
hype him up so much because of that YouTube video, but like, it's just Aizen.
Yeah, something's better than that. Azure Promilia.
What the hell did you just say
Yeah,
to me?
that-
What's
that's
better
not
than that?
better.
Azure Promilia.
Nothing. That's terrible.
Yeah, it is. It's better than Genshin and Pal World combined.
What
Is it a
is
video
it?
game?
It is Manju, which is Azure Lane, the creator of that. It is
Ooh.
their response to Genshin Impact.
I hate it.
Yeah.
What is it any good?
It's a game that's going to be coming out. It's not out yet.
Oh, so we don't know if it's any good.
Yeah, who knows?
Has Blue Arc or not Blue Archive? Has Arc Knights released their response to Genshin Impact yet?
No, Enfield is not out yet.
Understood.
Enfield is actually close to release, I believe. It's just not out yet.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's
I don't-
common?
I wonder if we have a release date for it yet.
No. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say Michael Jackson fight doesn't come up soon, but it actually kind of does. Now I think about it.
PC4.
I was wrong.
PC4.
Look, I can like some of the things Aizen does. I like the idea of him like foreseeing everything that happens. I like that. I like how much of a piece of shit he is through Momo.
Yeah, I think that whole idea of somebody predicting can be done well, because like that's Batman's whole shtick is like
Mhm.
I knew what I had to do already, and it's like that's his deal. But the problem is like that kind of character works for Batman because Batman can still get caught off guard,
Yeah.
and then you're like, okay, what now? Whereas like Aizen, it just always felt like it was like, oh, you broke through that wall. Guess what? There's another wall, and you're like, oh, great, like.
Just the laughing villain, just like, ho, you thought that would be good enough. No.
No,
Until
it's
it
not.
is good enough.
Yeah, then suddenly you're like,
Oh,
good, and you're like, all right, well,
Dude,
I
that
guess that's
worked out.
over now.
Bleach villains got so fucking bloated. There's no reason Ichigo should have been able to beat Aizen or Yawatch.
So yeah,
Spoilers, he
Enfield
hasn't
does-
defeated your watch yet.
Enfield does not have a date yet, but I'm pretty sure it's coming out this year. It had a test in January, like an open test.
Good
So
shit.
it's probably gonna come out this year.
Ooh, an open test.
Yeah.
Nice, that's a good sign. That means they're testing the servers. Something that probably would have saved some headache for.
Oh, apparently the anime for Bleach is
Helldive.
adding in new content, so that's definitely something to look forward
Oh, that
to.
means they're gonna lose. They're new content. They actually lose this time instead of beating him. They're like, no, that doesn't make sense. The actual ending that makes sense is the what are it, Soul Society? Is that what they call themselves?
Yeah, so
That's
Soul
the
Reapers,
afterworld
sorry,
area
yeah.
where this is. Yeah.
The
I
13.
don't know what Ichigo's organization calls itself.
Yeah, the 13.
Tribes.
No. Fuck. 13 corpse squads, so just whatever.
Who cares?
know,
Whatever they are, they
The
lose.
Charité.
No, that's different.
Wait, what? Oh,
That's
the Charité
not-
was the area they were all in.
Yeah, that's the area they're all in. That's not the. I'm gonna look it up.
I feel like they always just refer to the area.
They're called the 13 court guard squads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's annoying.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is Ruki gets her cheeks clapped by Renji.
Fuck you, Jemmy. Fuck you.
There was an okay Rukia cosplayer with a really good Genji cosplayer.
Hmm. We like Rukia. We hate Renji. And by extension, Genji.
Oh, I meant Renji.
Damn it. Oh, wait, which form of Renji? Because that's actually like...
Just like his base. Like he just had the like the sword that separates, not the one that was a dragon.
Yeah, and like hair bandana and
Yep.
all that. Okay.
Hair bandana.
I do prefer him in the what is it, final arc, 1,000-Year Blood War.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like his design more there.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
At least he's got something you can appreciate. Wait, what the hell? Okay. Oh, I don't like that.
They do that thing where it's like a lot of characters think they're at their limit, but then they find out that they weren't at their limit. They do that way too much.
It's classic,
Like,
real classic maneuver.
in 1,000-Year Blood War, you're at the part where they're training, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first season of it ended with the sword creation, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's like I could go even farther beyond. But I mean, if your entire series is based on that, right? It's based on Ichigo getting more power out of his ass every single time.
it is, but then it extends to Renji too. And I find that weird
Nice.
because he already had his power up with a Bankai, and that's like, actually,
It wasn't enough.
basically.
Yeah, it's like, can we not just like make it like, does everybody now have a level past Bankai? Is that where we're at? Or is there a way to make your Bankai stronger by using it more? Like, and just nobody uses it, and so that's why like nobody's Bankai gets stronger. Like there's some ways you kind of like make it make sense why you're the only one that's like making use of this, but then at the end of the day, it's like, well, why doesn't just everybody start using their Bankai more then?
Well, only so many characters have Bankai.
True.
And it
But
does
those
get okay. Actually, you know what? You're absolutely right about that. They don't use it nearly enough.
Yeah, they're always like, all right, well, it's time to break out my final weapon. And you're like, well, why didn't you start with that?
They literally steal everyone's Bankai during the 1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah,
And then once they get it back, it's just like, oh, we were hiding our true power the entire time. Bullshit. Like,
you can't even just be like, oh, cool, we've got power now. Let's fight. It has
Like
to be
the
like, now it's
opening.
even stronger.
The opening alone for 1,000-Year Blood War arc, where the Miyamoto's lieutenant dies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
I mean,
revealed that he
Yamamoto's.
was hiding his Bankai the whole time. It's just like, the fuck do you mean?
Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they never really explained that, like, Bankai, like, drains people or people, like, can't really use it all the time because it's, like, really hard to do. Like, none of that.
They explain. It's just bullshit reasons like, oh, we put limitations inside the Serite, so you're not allowed to use Bankai in here. Or you're not allowed to use, like, too much Bankai or some bullshit.
You can only use a little bit of Bankai, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Only a little bonk. Okay,
There are, like, rules and shit you have to follow. They're very strict in the Soul Society, which is
which is
part
why
of the issue.
Ichigo leaves. He's like, screw you guys, I'm going home.
No, it's why he wins.
Oh, yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah, it's why he beats them at the in the Soul Society arc.
Yeah, I just learned of a really strange manga like the other day.
Oh, what is it?
It's called Secret of the Alien.
I
The
don't
girl I
like that.
fell in love with is an alien. I, the class president, happened to fall in love with my classmate, the eccentric Haru. I confessed my feelings, but her true identity was an extraterrestrial. It came to Earth to survey it. I still like you. I started going out with Haru, but I have a secret to keep.
Are they a hot alien though?
Yeah,
Kinda.
man.
But
On a
the
scale
weird
from 1 to
part.
10, where's this alien at?
Well, she looks like a human.
Am I busting into Area 51 or am I?
Yeah, the fuck you mean? It's
Yeah,
not
she,
even looking then.
I'd say she's like a 6 or 7. Yeah.
I found this wacky
6?
manga.
What?
Please just post in private chat or something.
What are you talking about? I was like,
What
you
is
asked
the
me,
name
like,
of
she
this
hot?
so I can bring
I
it up
said
on
Secret of the Alien. I said that first.
Okay, we're pulling it up.
Secret of the Alien.
And she just doesn't change from how she looks.
Yeah, she's the white-haired character with a little red.
Oh, really? She's the white-haired character with the red dot.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say the weird part about it, spoiler. The weird part about it is how she just like fucking murders people.
Yeah, I'm realizing that now.
This is the character. This is the alien character
Yeah.
that has a bug
That's okay.
box.
I like how she looks as an alien because that's kind of not her true form, but it's close enough.
Yeah, she just like kills people and doesn't really care.
Is it this goopy form?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Okay. Oh, and can we all laugh at the fact that Goopy Hair from Chain Soldier had to fight against a goopy powered person?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my gosh, it's backwards.
That really upset you.
I was so frustrated at that whole fight.
But I mean, couldn't you say that her hair was more like a sheep's?
Like a sheep's.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know,
got
what kind of sheeps have you seen?
thick dreads.
It's like wool.
Yeah.
That don't look like no wool I ever seen. Shiny and round.
It's sheep,
So,
not sheeps.
sheeps.
Ships.
Shit.
Sheep.
Anyway, you notice how like JJK rips off Naruto a ton?
No. Never thought that.
I wouldn't be able to.
Really? You don't notice how like fuck, what's his name?
No,
never
I don't
seen
know anything about
Naruto.
Naruto.
You know who Kakashi is.
I don't really. I wouldn't be able to point it out if you gave me 3 different Naruto characters.
Kakashi.
Kakashi.
That's wild.
I only know Kakashi because of that guy in a wheelchair who does the funny skits.
Hmm.
Kakashi, can't we work something out? It's funny because he's in a wheelchair, but his legs do sometimes work. They're just really weak, and he'll do things on his feet, and you can tell that he's like doing everything in his power to stay up, but he's still able to like deliver lines and be funny. Like that guy's pretty good.
Yeah, he's the one doing Mike Guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If that's Guy Sensei, then yes.
Yeah, he's
Guy
Sure.
Sensei.
Guy Sensei.
He's my favorite character.
Look,
What's
everyone
up,
knows
Steamy
who
Wolf? How are you doing, buddy? The Brown Bakugo. Yeah, that's the username. The Brown Bakugo.
Now his voice acting was perfectly executed.
Oh, it is true.
Guy Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you meant Brown Bakugo.
No, Guy Sensei had a great English voice actor. A lot of Naruto characters did.
Back when people did it for the fun of the game instead of a paycheck.
Boy, I assume they're doing it for a paycheck now.
Well, they do it for a paycheck then too, but
15 seasons later.
If I could get into the next Naruto, I'll be able to retire.
See, I just like looked up that guy. I was like, wait, is that Rock Lee? I was like, oh, okay. That makes
No,
sense.
Mike Guy is his teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of the joke though. It's
Yeah,
like
they look the same pretty
Yeah,
much.
but they're unrelated.
Completely
They're
unrelated.
unrelated?
Yeah, they're not.
I thought it was like
No,
an
they're
uncle
not.
or something.
no.
Not at all.
Oh, that's
just-
hilarious. That's
he wanted
even
to
better.
emulate Guy so much that he and Guy wanted him to emulate him too.
Hmm.
That
It's a
is
match
kinda
made in
funny.
heaven.
Okay, this lore is great, actually. I had no idea.
Yeah, Naruto
Mhm.
lore is great.
I'm glad I could just hear about the lore instead of actually having to watch the show.
Oh yeah, that'd be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'll just next time I see Jay, I'll just be like, "Tell me about Naruto." Well, where do you want to start, Blade?
Sit down.
Talk about the battle of
Sit down, you
Gunpla.
little
That's a-
shit.
that's
Let
a
me
good
tell you a
impression.
story.
Jay sounds like a dad already. Just has that like, well, all right, we gotta do it. More like a grandfather. Like he has that like voice, like he's getting ready to always like tell you something. Like, oh, what's up, Grandpa? Jay, make a spark notes on Naruto. Can you do you know that one YouTuber that used to do things like real quick, but then they turn out to be a piece of shit? Can you do that, but like not be a piece of shit? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Look how tiny this helmet is. Like why is it so tiny? Little baby head. You missed the riveting Bleach discussion. Stu.
Aw.
Oh,
yeah,
we can start.
Michael's
back up
talking
again.
about how Demon Slayer just rips off Bleach.
It rips off everything. Okay, everything apes each other.
I made that.
So are
I
you saying
said that a
saying
while
women
ago.
aren't capable? Is that what you're saying?
The author's
No,
not a woman.
wait. I said
This is.
Jujutsu Kaisen ripped off Bleach.
It also ripped off Naruto. Ripped off both.
Double rip.
How did
Because
it rip off
it got
Naruto?
ninjas, so it's ripping off Naruto. It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
give me a minute. I need to
You
fix
can't
all.
use ninjas
Yeah, you're gonna have to
and not rip
extrapolate that
off
one a little bit more,
Naruto.
buddy.
He's got some jutsu. You know, because curses and demons inside me. The demons inside him, just like the Naruto. Dead air. Dead air. Refresh.
Demon Air.
Baby head, is that a joke? No.
Gemini Air.
The gay fantasy sports, this convo has dead air. What? What gay fantasy sports? I'm doing fantasy Formula 1. I'm doing okay.
Who's on your team?
So you actually pick multiple teams, and basically all of my
Oh, you
teams.
don't just pick drivers?
No, so you pick 5 drivers and 2 teams, and that what those people do each week just determines your points, right?
Yeah.
So I'd have like Max Verstappen on all of mine, which has been great, except for Australia, where he had his brakes explode. Kind of need those. You kind of need brakes to race, unfortunately.
Yeah. Not the first lap.
It was like the second lap. Like it was kind of wild. But then that comeback in Suzuka was amazing. I say comeback, but we all knew that it was the revenge tour. But double boost for Yuki Tsunoda being the second Japanese driver to get points at the home Japanese race.
Is Hamilton with Ferrari now?
Next year. Hamilton is at Mercedes driving like he put in his 2 weeks.
I can't stand that guy.
It is just wild. His radio messages. He's like, that was like as fast as I could go. He's like, another half second to Verstappen, and he's like, oh, where does he get that speed, man? It's like, I don't know. You can barely beat your teammate right now. I just wait till you get to Ferrari, and just keep bringing it home so that they don't have to build another car. But yeah,
I hope he's the biggest disappointment.
he is, because Oliver Behrman exists. Oliver Behrman, a rookie, an 18-year-old, the youngest ever, and the first British driver since like 1960 to be in a Ferrari.
I was about to say, what's his face from the documentaries?
Yeah, the first British driver to be in a Ferrari. So he took that away from Hamilton, but so Sainz got appendicitis in Jeddah and wasn't able to race. So they stuck Oliver Behrman in it, and Oliver Behrman gets into Q3 for qualifiers, so he actually like qualifies in the top 10, and then in the race finishes 8 or 9. It was like wild how high up he actually finished. Made passing maneuvers, all this kind of stuff. literally was driving an F2 car the week before, which when I say like, oh, F2 versus F1, you're like, oh, well, they're pretty close. They're not close at all.
No.
It's like the equivalent of like you being in your mom's Corolla and then somebody handing you the keys to a Lamborghini. Like that's how drastically different these vehicles are.
Like prototype is closer to F1 than
100%. Yeah, 100%.
That would be a better comparable of a AAA to major leagues.
Right. And then it's just crazy. This kid comes in, gets points, does great, doesn't crash it all weekend. Has a few close calls. Like Jeddah's a pretty rough track, so like he does kind of he gets a little close to the walls. I'm sure there's some mechanics that buttholes were just tight as a, making diamonds.
Don't do it, Dale.
No, don't do it. No, Chastain, no. I'm sure someone was a little upset, but at the end of the day, guy gets points on his first ever outing in an F1 car, first ever outing in the Ferraris at 18. Yeah, this kid has driven a Haas last year in a practice round. And that was like it. Haas is a joke of a car. And everyone's
is
like,
it Stuart Haas?
No, it's Haas Automotive. Or Haas CNC or whatever. Gene Haas is the owner of the team.
HAAS.
Yeah, but they're a joke as far as F1.
Tony
teams
Stewart's
go.
got a partnership with somebody with the racing team, so I didn't know if.
No, I only know of Gene Haas, who's like the owner of Haas CNC, who has the team, everything. But yeah, it's like Ferrari just signed Lewis Hamilton for however many millions of dollars that cost, and they could have just brought this kid up from F2. Like, I think that kid would have been a better investment. Plus, they got rid of Sainz, who is one of the only 3 drivers to win a race in the last 2 seasons.
That seems like it would always be a bad idea.
It's Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez won a couple, and Sainz has now won 2 in the last 2 seasons.
Unless your only goal is to just make money by having cheap drivers, it seems like a crazy idea to get rid of somebody who actually won a race.
He's not expensive. He's the cheap one. They're
Really?
spending millions to get a multiple world champion who is so washed at this point that I don't know why he's even bothering to be out there. Just go sit on your yacht all day. Yeah, they're gonna
tweeting for BLM.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, bro. I don't know what Ferrari was thinking, but Fred Vasseur is, he is cooking more this season than he was last. So maybe he's got some idea of what he's up to. But yeah, I don't know. There was probably a much cheaper way to do it, but I mean, Italians and cheap isn't exactly they aren't synonyms.
Man, F1 just sucks.
Wait, why?
And if you think that sucks, can I introduce you to NASCAR? The absolute state of NASCAR right now.
Dude, it is in a position.
Do you think NASCAR will survive?
Yeah, it'll survive. It's gonna have to do like a real stock return. See, the reason NASCAR survives, the reason NASCAR is not going anywhere, is because we talk about the current state of NASCAR and like where was Gen 5, Gen 8, whatever the current gen of NASCAR is. We bitch and complain about it, but like when I look up NASCAR to watch something, that's one of like the 15 NASCAR races that occurred over the weekend, and all the rest of them are in like classic stock cars, like the old 90s ones that were like the big like Chevy Monte Carlo type things.
Oh, you're talking about like late model racing and everything?
Yeah, there's so many other NASCAR like owned like properties that like NASCAR will survive because people would rather watch those. Bored Southerners will keep her afloat.
Well,
Maybe.
because like and that scene's big around here. I don't know how it is out in Washington.
No, we get drifting. We all really like, and rally. We like.
I mean, to to us, dirt track racing, you go to Langley Motor Speedway or you go to Southside Speedway where Denny Hamlin came up through, all Saluda, like these, you've got people that you know in the community who are
Yeah.
racing,
Oh, I
right?
love it. Yep.
And
That's
and
more
that's why
that's more hydroplanes for us. Like
yeah, and it's kind of, you've got the personalities are authentic at
Yep.
that point because no, Denny Hamlin's like a darling in NASCAR. Everybody in Southside Motor Speedway hated him because he was such a dick to everybody. Because that's his personality, his actual personality. He's not this oh shucks guy, even though they he's got 2 kids with his girlfriend, still hasn't married her. I mean, that's look, and but the personalities there are way more authentic. And that's what people liked about NASCAR before 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dale Earnhardt,
He demand.
everybody loved Bill Elliott because he was just like the overall just nice guy. Mark Martin was always just this quiet dude who'd hang back half the race and then come back and make a strong finish at the end. It was just a different culture.
I always found NASCAR rivalries to be very funny, to just be like, see how angry these people would get after like something happens at a race.
Yeah.
I think the Netflix Drive to Survive has really, I think some people are putting on a bit of a show, but a lot of the drivers now are like really authentic, mostly because like you can, as soon as like Max is done with a race weekend, he's online streaming himself playing iRacing. Like he just lives and breathes racing all the time. And
He's
like
a
you can
little
go
autistic.
watch him just like racing and
A
racing and
lot.
racing, and it's just like, okay, yeah, that guy who's sitting there just like putting hours into the game race. I get why that guy's like the best. And the person that you see doing that is the same person who's in the interviews.
And you don't have that in NASCAR anymore.
No. Cigarette sponsor. Okay.
Oh, that was the best. I hated it when they got rid of the Winston Cup.
I do hate cigarettes. But man, if that Marlboro livery wasn't beautiful, the camel livery wasn't great.
Yeah.
Like that, you can't find a cigarette livery that wasn't great.
Skull Bandit.
I still remember those from back when I was a kid.
The only one that gets even close is gonna be maybe Tide. I like the Tide car. That was a fun one. Or in Hydroplanes, the Alberto one is fantastic.
The old Richard Petty STP.
Team Cool Green. Let's pull it up. Let's see what the Cool Green's like.
I liked the orange a lot, so I liked Tony Stewart when I was a kid.
Crap, what was
because I like the
what was Richard Petty's son's name? Kyle Petty. He drove a Mountain Dew. I had the Mountain Dew car all the time.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
And now we have the so instead of cigarettes, Klein tools. I got Klein. We now have F1 steak F1 team kick Sauber.
Really, it's not A1 F1.
Not steak STEAK. Steak as in the online gambling company. But I do love this livery. It is a fantastic livery. But it's like, hey, instead of cigarettes, we're just gonna put gambling and Bitcoin companies all over the cars now. Even Red Bull had the Bybit sponsor forever.
Well, and that was the thing. It was always the Winston Cup. It was always the Busch Series was the lower level. And then after Philip Morris got out of it, then it's been the Xfinity Series. It's the Nextel Series. You don't know. You can't call it anything other than the NASCAR race last night because you don't know what this year's championship is being called.
Oh, for sure. And it makes it confusing because, like, when I go to, like, because I've got YouTube TV, right? So I've got, like, unlimited DVR. So I'll just, like, be like, yeah, anything NASCAR or anything, like, automotive race, just record it and save it for me. But then I go to watch it. I'm like, which one of these fuckers do I watch? Like, is it Xfinity? Is
It's
it
not fun.
Ford Cup? Is it, like, what are all of these?
It hasn't been fun. Car Tomorrow was really the beginning of the end for them.
Now, are you the opposite way with Indy? Because I think current Indy is actually pretty good.
I haven't haven't watched a lot of F1 or Indy. What I've watched more than anything has been Le Mans.
Oh, which
recently.
is great. Oh, I saw a startup comparison. This isn't Le Mans, but it's the Cadillac. Is it Hypercar, the WEC series?
Oh, okay.
There was a
No, I don't.
there was a startup comparison between all the cars, and so basically they have electric motors and they have gas motors, and
Yeah.
as they leave the pits, you can hear the transition from the electric motor whine to the boom of the engine actually starting up.
I want that on
And
my car.
it's wild. Let me see if I can find that video. It was such a fun sound to listen to. Let's see. WC startup comparison. It's a 5.5 liter V8 inside the Cadillac. That's just BMW.
No replacement for displacement.
I can find it in my history. Okay, here we go. There may not be a replacement for displacement, but sometimes you do got to get more air in there. Let's turn this off. Okay, all right, everybody, listen. Ready to listen to
No air, no internal combustion.
This sounds like copyright.
That will be okay.
Oh.
One more time. BMW. Cadillac. Porsche
See,
sounds
Porsche-
like it's having trouble. It's a
Yeah,
weird
if
sound.
the Porsche sounded more level like the Cadillacs does, it would. I like that the note, but it's the whoa 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 that makes it sound sick.
You're like, huh?
Like-
But that Cadillac's just like, wah!
Yeah.
like that's a sound effect people use in sci-fi movies. Like, it's
That makes me want to
so
be
good.
17 again and drive by the grocery store with the loudest car I've got.
just step on it.
Everybody look at me.
Check it out. Hey,
Crap,
bag
who's the-
lady, you see me?
Who's the Instagram guy who did the guys with loud exhaust sound like? What they think they they look like?
Cadillac sound like an RC car. So they all are running on an electric motor in the pits, and then as soon as they get out, they bump start the gas motor, and it's just, gosh, it roars.
I'll find this now.
Shaunus, have you played Felvidec on stream? Also, apparently the car of tomorrow is gay.
Car Tomorrow is.
Let's see, A26. A26. Do 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 do. Where'd my nippers? There they are. Burp.
It really is funny watching Serranos try and get his dailies done while we're watching anime. Because he'll be like, oh yeah, I just need to get one Roan win and then we're one Riichi win, then we're good. And then an hour later he'll get it. Like he'll just be up in these he'll have the worst luck in these games because it will be against the greatest luck ever.
That's funny.
You know, like reaching turn 1 or turn 3 and then immediately drawing it themselves.
Oh, I found out calling Roan before you ever draw is like a massive point. Like it's like 56,000 or 50,000 points or something.
Yeah,
like
as
that.
it should be. That's wild.
Yeah. You literally have to get dealt Tempai and then you just beep. Right there it is.
Here it is.
I think I may actually go to the local Riichi club, see if it's any fun.
Do it.
Yeah, they meet a couple times a week, so I might be able to figure one out that'll work.
Do they meet before or after going to Country Kitchen?
I don't think they ever go to Country Kitchen. We're talking about people who play a Chinese tile game.
Yeah, we're talking about old people.
No, in Seattle, they're not old. They just are confused people, I'll say.
Cock-a-doodle doo.
That includes you.
Yes, this guy.
Hoes come through.
What is making all that noise? Oh my god, it's a loud car.
Nah, it's more than a loud car. It's a personality.
Come on. Show
It's
me
a
your
personality.
TTT.
Weather forecast, 100% bitches wet. Oh, that's sick. Yo, fuck my mom. I need a new stepdad.
I need a new stepdad while he's reading the Dan Bilzerian book. This is...
It's attention to detail that it makes him funny too.
Oh my goodness! Like I went to a car meet north of me here, and I brought the tiny truck. And the second I stopped, like there's a mint Austin Healey at this thing. There's a guy with an NSX. There's like I'm like drooling over all these cars, and there's just a massive crowd around the tiny truck. And I'm like, damn it! And they're all like old guys who are like, man, that'd be really useful. Well, I kind of want one of these now too.
I passed one on the road today.
Oh, you could have been in it.
You better put that book down and get that dick up. I mean, you know what I mean.
The louder the car, the lower the credit score.
I would love to drive 3 hours to see your mom for dinner. Babe, actually, your mom's a bitch. I'm never going to dinner again. I met someone and I'm in love.
Probably has a Nissan Leaf. Yeah, so this is my place. It's a 1-bedroom, 1 bench. Pretty nice.
I thought you said you lived in the hills.
I do. Yeah, my driveway is technically a hill, so.
I haven't been this hard since '88.
87.
With you, never.
Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to the newest mayor of Coxville.
That's my grandson.
Look at him go.
Your exhaust. It smells like you're gonna order a blue moon.
That sounds like a Hemi. It's giving me a fucking semi.
I drove one of these Chargers. They are fun to drive, actually. I wasn't expecting them to be because I felt like a lot of these more modern cars have too many like weird little
Nannies.
yeah, little nanny drive and like even something like hill assist will like drive me nuts. I'm like, why won't you let me roll back? I wanted to roll back a little bit. But I will say I had fun in it. I had fun.
You would have loved my old Magnum.
Oh yeah, do you have the Did they do like a sport mode on that? Like or is it just like a Hemi that they stuck in it?
It's just it was just the RT Hemi.
Yeah.
But
Wait, where are you going? Have my babies!
He's the max. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, no, totally. I just got a cramp in my back real quick. I gotta oops. How did those get there?
Oh, well, I can stay for a little bit.
Sir, you want my ex's dog? Seriously, take this dog. Take my virginity too. You want to have sex with this guy? He's so cool. Yeah, he has a loud car.
There it is. Faster.
He made it to Hollywood.
Who needs tools when you got the smallest wrench in the box? We got it. Come
We
on.
have the shipping cost, which has always been okay, but our biggest problem is probably going to be the invitation.
Parked in a handicap spot. Hope that's chill.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen of the board. There he is.
Get it together. Get up.
47 minutes late, my man. Right on time.
You want to know my favorite chord on the guitar? Yeah, that's a G string. That's what your mom told me. I just finished.
Should have heard that stallion from down the block. Anyone else's nipples a little hard? Get over here.
Anyone else's nipples a little hard.
Louder, louder.
You can't spell louder without D and U. So I'll put the D in you.
Sounds good to me. Go 90 miles per hour to school zone again. Do it again. Do it again.
There he is. The man, the myth, the big.
He's got the bumper cars on too. It's like you bought a car that's supposed to be blackout, but you leave the bright yellow bumper guards on it.
Oh, that's the look for those things, though.
Those Challengers, man. Did I send you the meme that was like the Dodge hat that has the yellow bumper guards?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's like people still live in the stickers on the top of the brim.
Oh, it's so funny.
Ladies and gentlemen of the board, our newest CEO. Legend.
That's your new dad. Look at him.
I present you one large key for one tiny cock.
So big, yeah.
You know where you got that from? And did I mention a raise? Take it all, $712. We had to cut 2 of our newest interns, but fuck them.
What I do to be that stick shift. Put me in reverse, Daddy. Put me in reverse.
No can do. I'm always moving forward.
Who is that, honey? Shut the fuck up, Ruben. You can never ruin me like this.
Great stuff. I drive a Camaro myself. Sharp car.
Slow the shit down!
You drive a Honda Odyssey.
I'll take you on the
Honda Odyssey.
Yo, let me whip that to prom, bro. I'm 30.
Hey, you can fuck my wife too if you want.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Where are you going?
My people need me.
Who are your people?
The streets. They need me.
But don't go.
Take care. I loved you.
I loved you.
It smells like AutoZone.
This is our guy. Come on, folks.
One more time. Table for legend, party of one.
My 04 GT had long tubes and a very tiny catalytic converter and very tiny mufflers on the way out. It sounded almost like a dirt track car.
Oh, just that pow, 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 pow.
A lot of burbling in it.
That crazy. It's weirdly high pitched though.
No, not real. No, not that.
When you hammer on it, I thought I always like with the. Oh, I'm thinking of midgets. When you say dirt track car, I think of midgets always. So. No, okay. I just realized no one else is gonna get that.
I say I always like the sprinters, basically the ones with wings.
Yeah, the giant wings. Yeah, midget sprints.
I like to call them dwarves.
Yeah, I mean it's just like the design is notable. It's iconic. I like the way they look better than the modifieds, because the modifieds are just, it's just a stock car. I mean, it's not like I would expect anybody to actually be driving those on a raceway. Or not raceway, but a street.
It's like an overpowered go-kart.
Yeah.
He did everything he fucking got. Yeah!
I'm actually banned from this.
That guy's giving his all.
Can you meet me over there real quick? God, I'm rock hard.
Oh, honey, I think you are having a nightmare. I brought you up some nice fresh boxers.
You can see that.
And I have the keys to your Prius. Don't forget them. All right. Clean yourself before you come down the stairs.
She's dealt with this before.
That was great. When's the chopper showing up?
That guy before he turns into that guy.
Dude,
That used to be
chopper with
me.
some big old ape
It
hangers.
will be again if I ever get another loud car.
It could be you again, I believe.
At
it.
night, your wife will wake up and be like, honey, you're having that dream again.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Oh, I had the cops called on me a couple times about it. Just
Okay.
and not being an ass about it, just driving it.
So I bought a.
Yeah, you still deserve it.
I bought a Nissan 300ZX, from some guys, and it was loud, and I was like, "Wow, this is a really loud car. This will be fun." And I lived on Mercer Island at the time, which around here is like, only lawyers lived on Mercer Island when I was growing up. But then all of a sudden they changed this little Section 8 housing area into an apartment complex, and it was super cheap. And I was like, "Oh, cool! I can get cheap housing now." And so I lived there for a bit, and I had this car with straight pipes, and I got pulled over so many times. Just driving normal. I wasn't racing. I wasn't doing anything crazy. But that Nissan, that V6 with the turbos was just like one of the loudest things that anyone on that island ever heard, and I loved it. I loved it so much. Another one.
This is actually not my Mustang, but it was the same generations, the same setup: BBK, long tubes, and SLP loud mounts.
Rev it.
It's a loud idle.
You just turned up the gang. It's got kind of a glugging noise to it. Oh, I see what you're saying. That sounds like we do V8 like demo derbies and stuff. That's what that sounds like to me.
Yeah.
That's exactly where my brain goes. 20 is this one. Okay.
Me and my wife were dating at the time, and she was working night shift, and I woke her up. This is like 6:30 in the morning. I'd gone to pick this thing up. The shop that had it was a Mustang specialty shop. They'd never installed this kit before, and so I get there, and they're like, "You ready?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "It's loud." I was like, "That's exactly what I wanted." I had just gotten back from Iraq. I bought big screen TV, a Gixxer 1000, a pistol, and I already had this stuff being worked on.
Yeah.
So,
you could have just told me that you were just getting back from a deployment.
yeah. So
that sounds like the pack that we give all our troops.
Exactly. So it pulled out. I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's a loud car." And so I'm driving down the interstate, and I on the on ramp, and I call on my wife, and she's like, "What is it?" I was like, "This car is so loud." I was like, "Listen," and I held the phone outside of the car while I was driving down. She was so mad at me, and she hated riding around in it.
Oh, it's I think my wife is happy that the Subaru is now fully caged and doesn't have a back seat, and we don't really use it to like I can't use it to go get groceries or anything anymore because I think it was the same deal. She hated driving in that thing.
I still got to send you that scoop. I got the address, so
that's all good. I am in no rush. I am still chopping all of the superfluous wiring, we will say, because copper weighs too much.
Well, if you were me, that job would never get done. I'm a terrible electrician.
Oh, it ain't no electrician job. It is a all right, there's a wire. Cut it. Does it still start? Yes. Does it run? Yes.
Keep going.
All right, cool. Keep going. Next.
Let's wait.
Googling like part numbers on these things. Like I've got like key fob things. I've never had the original key fob for that thing. So I'm like, well, I don't know. I've never needed this thing. Chop. Like I'm just going till it don't go no more. And then I'm reattaching it. Brains of the outfit. Boring of the outfit's more like it, am I right? No, she'll keep me alive. What the hell does this go on? Does it just go straight up on the edge? go there. Oh, where does this go?
And how long does it take to fix generic heavy arms? I'm assuming that's what he's working on by the color scheme.
3 weeks plus
No,
shipping?
this is Gundam Flauros. Flauros from Iron Blooded Orphans.
Okay.
The pink one with the big guns.
I need to watch that one again. Yeah, because it looks pink. Oh wait, never mind. I didn't want to bring up your disability.
Someday you'll all feel my pain. I'm just gonna turn into like a supervillain that makes everybody on Earth colorblind. But like no one will notice for like a year because it's surprisingly uncommon that it actually comes up.
I mean, wouldn't we be able to tell the difference?
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe that's why it took years to know that I was colorblind because...
Well, you never knew what it was supposed to look like originally.
Oh,
How do you start Iron Blooded Orphans and not finish it? Alex.
Really?
Oh, not enough incest, I guess.
Oh,
It's like if you know someone...
Why he's read the Bible 3 times.
Or if you have a favorite red shirt and then you can't see red anymore, you would notice.
So the thing is, you still look at things and contextually remember like what color they're supposed to be. So it takes you a while to run into something where you haven't seen it before and you don't like contextually know what color it is because your brain is surprisingly good at like forcing you to see what it needs you to see. So I think it would be surprised how long it actually would take for everybody to realize they were colorblind. The time Blaine took to move the plastic around, I'd unpacked and dressed a mini doll.
I mean, that's just like from your perspective, man.
That's just from your head,
like,
man. Get out of
your
my
opinion,
head.
man.
Get out of my fucking head.
That's how I knew Jason was colorblind. It was during Easter at school. Jason was painting eggs, not from the book. Maybe Jason's just an artist, you know?
That's not allowed.
He's the next Picasso.
This is weird. This is a weird one. What is this supposed to look like? Yeah, I guess that's that. That's really a piece that should have been painted, not stickered. But I am not I'm not a Gundam painter. Interesting. It went off Netflix, so I downloaded IBO. That's how I forgot to... Oh, you were watching it, and then you lost your ability to see it, and then now you have to do it again. I gotta find it, all that. Okay. It's a little more understandable, at least, as to why that would happen, but... The real question is why you didn't just watch all of it in one night. Children yearn for the mines. Okay, and then this one goes.
Yeah, Witch from Mercury has been difficult to finish now.
Yeah, it's not it's not the best. That's for sure. It's lacking in sort of universal motivation, and then also like our character is very hard to identify with, I think.
Soletta does not seem like a believable character in her position and setup.
Yeah. And even when you get her like sort of backstory and stuff, it doesn't like help explain that.
No.
And it really like obviously I don't think you need the main character to represent you, but you need a main character that you can identify with in some way. And I don't with her, I don't think.
Do we want to put spoiler guns?
She's a little bit too autistic.
Yeah, we can do that.
I never watched it.
Spoiler.
I never
Gundam's
watched
up.
season 2.
Yeah.
How long do we wait for Spoiler Gundam?
You just go. It's
Oh yeah, you
up.
just start going.
So the fact that she's like a clone now, I guess, is that how they explain that?
Yeah. Yeah, she is a clone of the original Aerie from the
prequel
prequel.
movie thing, yeah. And there's been lots of them that have all sort of like disappeared or zapped into this sort of other
Well, that's why she says,
dimension.
"Everyone, help me!"
Yeah, and then for some reason, so for some reason, mom needs to make it so that everything is broken, so that her daughter can live everywhere. And it's like, can't you just live with her, like on a planet somewhere? Like, the whole destroy the universe motivation doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't, yeah. Like the premise of the Gundam, that part is cool. Like I like that. It's just like, oh, the data storm and everything. I was like, this is a good foundation.
The daughter that
you've got
gets
a bunch
sucked
of
into the data storm, like that's cool. But like, I need some reason for that to require the death of everybody, and I never felt that.
Yeah. Well, and then crap, what's her name? The chick, the whole groom wife thing was weird, and I know it's just because Japan's awkward with this stuff sometimes.
Whoever is the best at robots will marry my daughter, no matter what. Like it is a goofy premise for sure.
Well, the fact that it just kind of dragged on, and it still feels like it's like, oh, we were meant to be, and it's like, yeah, but y'all don't. I don't know. That whole thing's weird. It's like it's trying to be gay, but it doesn't know if it wants to be gay.
Yeah, it really did not want to be gay. That's the feeling I got.
They announced another Blue Archive character for Mahjong Soul. It is Mutsuki.
Are they winnable, or do you have to pull?
Obviously, pull. Yeah.
Of course.
I don't like her. And what is the? Do you know what the lore is behind why they always have a character wearing a mask, like Char, or Zex, or
literally because Char was loved by everyone.
Oh, so it's just a throwback.
It is. It is never. It is never necessary. It's never important. It's never. Sometimes it's not even like their character. Like when Zex takes his mask off and it's just like, well, I got no mask. It's like, oh, okay. I guess that character didn't need to exist ever. But like, and then the mom does sort of the same thing. Like she'll just take her mask off and you're like, okay, no mask, mom. Why mask? What, like, why mask?
Because Char drives a Corolla, apparently.
Yep. I literally, when we went to on one of our trips, we flew straight into Osaka and drove south, went through Hiroshima, then down to Fukuoka, and then on our way from Fukuoka, we stopped at some different places as we went towards Kumamoto, and on just a side of a random mountain street, I saw a all red Corolla with all this cool Xeon tagging on it, and I was like, "This is so cool!" I took a bunch of pictures, and then it wasn't until much later that I found out it was actually a really unique like Corolla. It wasn't just some dude who really liked Gundam. Because it's over there, it's like, oh, that guy just must really like Char, and he happens to drive a Corolla. She's not the maskless MILF. And also, like, what's with her, like, bodyguard buddy? He didn't seem to have any, like, real good reason to be there.
Yeah.
Like, all right, yep, we're going to destroy the world for your daughter. Like, okay, bro. I guess.
And all the, like, the idea of there being a school and it's kind of a showcase for the industrial complex, that's cool. But then it's like, there's so much going on, and they don't do a very good job fleshing out what's going on. And then they spend time trying to explain what had happened instead of just letting us go, oh, that makes sense.
If they could have stuck with just the corporate stories, the different business takeovers and trades and mergers, and I think it would have been a much more interesting Gundam overall to watch, because we have plenty of political Gundam, right? But there's not a ton of business Gundam. Like the other one would be like Iron-Blooded Orphans, right? Where they've got their company that they're bringing through the galaxy, and it starts out kind of black market and gets a little more legit until they pair up with like other people. And I thought it was going to be an interesting, like, oh, rather than doing like the political story of Gundam, we're going to get some fun like corporate deal, because you can do corporate espionage, company takeover, all this kind of stuff can occur, and it can be really, really enjoyable. And they just didn't. They're like, well, I don't want to talk about companies anymore. We're going to talk about magic space zones where only certain people can survive.
Yeah. And then it kind of misses. Is it part of the Universal?
No. It's its own century.
Okay. Like, because I was wondering if maybe we get new type. Maybe it was going to introduce new types in some way.
No.
And it never got there. It's like, I'm like you. I mean, you still do the. And there's this whole Earth conflict, but you don't know what the whole backstory behind that is.
Yeah, why is there an Earth conflict? It does not make any sense. They needed that. They needed that intro, like from Gundam Wing, where they're like, "Here's why the colonies are angry." Like they didn't have any of that with Earth, other than it just being like,
and
well,
like G Gun, I give it G Gundam great intro. Guy with the top hat.
Well, G Gundam just has just a better premise overall.
Love that. I love that show so much. Goes hard.
Burning finger. Tomino wouldn't approve anything touching UC. Cannot touch my UC. That's why they're making new Gundam Seed Strike Freedom, whatever it's called.
Are they?
They were advertising it at SakuraCon, so I'm gonna say yes, but I also don't know or care about Gundam Seed.
Yeah, we hate Gundam.
Seed specific.
It's all about Lego Star Wars up in here.
Yeah, you have fun with your Legos. My sister kept teasing me. She's like, "Hey, there's an autistic meetup at SakuraCon. You could talk about Gundams." Fuck you.
She's not wrong.
I know. I was because I thought about it after she said that. I was like, you know what? Maybe I could go talk about Gundams.
Michael's got no room to talk about. As bad as we're talking about Witch from Mercury is it's nowhere near the current state of Star Wars.
I don't watch current Star Wars. The fuck are you talking about?
He's talking about
You got
Lego
prequel Star Wars up there too.
I don't care about that either. I like some of the character designs, but I don't give a fuck about it. I basically stopped caring with Rebels. You know,
Rebels.
It's
that
basically
like far.
That was Star Wars Clone Wars sequel. It's still under Disney, but it was like the first thing they did.
Okay. I'd have to refer to somebody else to know
if Serranos
that's a
was
base
here, he
take or
could
not.
talk about it. He knows.
Can't think of animated cosplay in other than Gundam.
No, Tim's the only one that likes current Star Wars. I mean, even then, he only
Space
tangentially
Jesus.
likes
It's
it.
true. I am not a fan of Space Jesus.
Only a fan of real Jesus.
That's the only one in my heart.
What about
Space Jesus.
Wizard Jesus?
What the hell are you talking
Space Jesus sounds Mormon.
I mean, we're talking about Harry
about?
Potter.
It does sound Mormon, doesn't it? Mormonism's wild, man. It's like I kind of understand in the way that the Japanese people still believe in like Shintoism with like we should be respectful to like nature and this kind of thing and be, it's sort of like that stewardship thing. So I understand why people still sort of believe in it. I just do not for the life of me understand how people still believe in you get planted after you die. Like it's wild to me. And I'll grant you.
What if you get a crappy planet too?
Well, yeah, and what if the wives you call up suck too? Like you better make that
You
choice
mean
carefully.
On this planet with a bunch of goats and nothing else?
Old goat planet, they call you.
Middle Eastern Mormons.
Exactly.
Ali Baksur.
I've been thinking about it, and it is kind of weird that
Damn it, I didn't got Uranus.
Who's anus?
Wouldn't they like run out of planets at some point?
I died and got. Oh, that's what he means. Yeah.
72 virgins on experience.
They'll get used to it.
That is funny. They'll get used to it? Oh.
Alex
Isn't that the
discriminating
point?
against Michael over here.
Isn't that the point?
I mean, I think they're eternally virgin though.
Oh, well.
It's kind of weird. Like, that seems strange.
I don't know. I just think it's weird to emphasize the virgin part if you're not gonna undo that.
But the idea is that even as you're undoing the virginity, it's still there. It's a weird conflagration, right? Like you should cherish and treasure your virginity and only give it to your future spouse, right? Like that should be your goal as a human is having a nice family like that, right? But this like focus on the virginity being the important part. It's like, no, it's not the virginity that's the important part. It's the only having one partner as God intended. That's
purity.
the important part. Yeah. This whole like, no, they'll always be virgins. And you're like, no, what? Why? That doesn't sound great. Tells them to keep the bee suits on.
Yeah, it sounds like something Cole would come up with.
Very, very culty indeed.
Serranos, talk about Star Wars Rebels.
Star Wars Rebels starts out really bad.
Agreed.
And it doesn't really get much better.
He's been waiting for you to save him, but you threw him right under that bus.
I'm gonna be for real. I was only watching.
Classic Serranos take.
I can't believe you would think I know who will like the thing that I like.
No,
Serranos.
he's seen it. That's the only reason I was mentioning him. But I like the green one. Hera.
Did you also watch it, Stu?
Yeah. No, he didn't.
I watched Clone Wars.
He accused me of liking modern Star Wars, and so I said,
"Yeah, why would I ever get the impression that you like Star Wars when it's your
Rebels
PSP?
started with modern Star Wars. It was one of the first.
It was.
It
It
is
was
a
like
Lego
Disney
minifigure
did.
though.
But I was saying, I like.
Dave Filoni got more control, and it was worse. Shocking.
Yeah. I like the green one.
Is the new one good or worse?
What new one?
What new one?
The
Clone
new
Wars?
Star Wars thing. Is there a new Star Wars thing? Where's Tim? I need my Star Wars update.
We don't. None of us pay
New
attention
Star
to
Wars thing is so
Ahsoka.
unspecific. They're always coming out with a new show every like
Yeah.
5 months.
Didn't they just announce a new one they released?
Maybe.
You're talking about Acolyte, maybe?
Yeah, that one.
Sure.
We don't know.
It hasn't out yet.
Yeah. Does it help to know which one it is, or have you not watched either of them?
We haven't watched any of
What do you mean either of them? Disney Star Wars has like 4 TV shows.
What are they?
It's Kenobi,
is that good?
Boba Fett, Mandalorian, and wait, what was there was
Andor.
Andor, yeah.
Okay, then in
Andor,
order,
yeah.
are they good?
Andor.
I
is
hear one of them's good.
Great.
There is some stuff to enjoy about Mandalorian in season 1, and after that, it's just worse and worse.
Is Lego minifigure of an OT Snowtrooper? I think you mean OG.
Yeah, Boba
Yeah.
Fett and Obi-Wan were both horrifically bad.
Dude, Obi-Wan was so bad. That's the only one I watched even a little of because it was on at a bar.
It was on at a bar?
Yeah, I go to bars, you know.
There were kids there, and I had to stay there because my train got
I had
delayed.
to stay at a bar with some kids,
Wait,
so I
you were at a
watched
bar with
Kenobi.
children?
Well, they were just playing.
Were you in Mississippi?
No. Fuck. No, so there's this place called a Barrel House, and it's they have like an underground. You like have to walk downstairs to get into the bar.
Is this what it's
That's
like?
how the kids get in. Underground.
But no, it was like, it's like not a sports bar, but you can eat food there.
Not a sports bar, but you can eat food there. What? Well, those things don't
This is
equate.
the only place you can
I don't
eat
actually know what a
bar.
sports bar is.
Sports bar is a bar themed around sports, typically with lots of TVs. Usually they'll pay-per-view the different events. Food, is going to be at most bars, honestly.
Okay. So this TV was playing Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it was shit.
Yeah, that's not a sports bar.
It was also like 3 p.m., so I don't think
That means they
there
had
was
to pay
sports
for
on that
Disney
day.
Plus.
There used to be a bar down in the valley that it was family friendly up until like 9 o'clock, I want to say, and that's where my dad taught my sister and I how to play pool. Billiards, if you're gay. Jeez.
Well, no, it's just different.
Did he teach you before 9 o'clock or after 9 o'clock?
You know what? We sometimes stayed late in the car waiting. No, we went all ages time. And no, billiards and pool are the same damn thing. Anyone who tells you they're different is lying to you.
Well, isn't one 15 ball and one 9 ball?
No. It's literally called 8 ball or 9 ball. Those are the two ways you can play. That's like saying Mahjong is 3 or 4 wins, right? So you can do 3-player or 4-player, but they're still both Mahjong. So 9 ball and 8 ball. 8 ball has the 15 total balls. Are still just billiards or pool.
All right.
Now you know.
Duh.
And if you want to claim a table, make sure you drop some quarters on the apron so that people know you're coming back when you take a shit.
Yeah.
We eat shit, Stu. Okay.
We
eat shit.
No, you eat the shit. The
Nah.
biggest, roughest bikers will respect the quarter line.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know whose
come
quarter
out,
it
they'll be
is?
like, "Oh, hey, you're back."
Anyway.
How much longer? And you're like, soon.
He said he was at a bar. He was at Chuck E. Cheese.
That's why there were kids there.
You could get food. It wasn't sports. It was.
And
There
they were
wasn't
playing
sports.
Disney on the TV.
There was four. Yeah, there was food. There was kids were there.
Okay, but at this other bar I went to with my family.
What was
my
this
dad
bar
pulls me over
called?
and he's
Dave
like,
and Buster's?
No. He pulls me over and he's like, "That dude over there? Yeah, he's a white supremacist. Stay away from him."
How do you know?
He got into a fight with a Mexican the other night.
That doesn't make you a white supremacist.
He was bragging about the Klan.
Okay, that might be.
Klan?
You
We're
know
getting
it.
close, but we're still not
Like the
necessarily there.
The O'Malleys?
No, the McCloskeys.
McPoyles.
Even at the gun shop, among people that you would think would like understand symbology, I would have people all the time that would think that someone, they're like, is he like a white supremacist? And you're like, bro, that is like a Crusades tattoo. Like that is not a Klan tattoo in any way. Not even a Nazi tattoo. It's literally just a Crusades cross. He's bragging about his Klan and Clash of Clans, of course. That makes more sense.
Yeah. My bad.
Don't make fun of Supercell.
They'll come for you.
They're listening. B1 up here. Weenie Hut Juniors.
You know, I think Star Wars Rebels is an okay show for a 12-year-old to like.
You're not 12 years old anymore.
I was, and I haven't seen it since then.
Are you sure about that? Because it kept airing beyond the first season.
I didn't watch it past the second.
Sounds like it was
So
a
you don't even
great
have the
show.
excuse of watching some of the better content of the series.
Stopped watching it.
Basically, all of the good stuff with Rebels revolves around Kanan.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the main
I'm a
dude
big
that's
fan of
blind.
Bleach. I've only seen 2 seasons of it.
Oh, yeah, I saw him become blind, yeah.
You idiot. Jesus Christ. Like, he's the only good part of that show.
No, I like the green one.
Yeah,
The
she's
green
a
one?
mommy type. It's Hera Syndulla.
Yeah.
He's saying the show is good
that
because
their
there's a
Buddhist
green
monks, one of them
Twi'lek in
Nazis?
it.
He's wearing a pinwheel of friendship. To this day, one of the funniest things is that the Google Map marks all of the Buddhist temples with the pinwheel of friendship in Asia. So when you zoom in on Japan and you're looking at a map, you'll see all of these little pinwheels. You're like, oh, that's right.
Well, they were an Axis. They were an Axis power.
That's the thought at first. You're like, wait a minute.
That kind of makes sense, actually.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I could see that.
You took our symbol.
Imagine if they marked concentration camps with, like, the Star of David.
Oh, that would be wild. What if we just stuck a sushi roll where our internment camps were?
Just
It's kind of funny.
Just put
Michael's
a taco
saving
on the front.
himself.
Make
It's
sure it's
just
a
a little
Taco
Godzilla
Bell
head.
mashed corn taco.
Michael's a Twi'lek simp.
Yep.
Just that one.
Just that one.
Yeah.
That one can get it.
Are you sure you don't like Ula from Return of the Jedi?
Look, I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but probably, yeah.
Is Ula the fat one?
Wait, is
she's
Ula the
she's
blue
the green
one?
Twi'lek.
No.
That dies and gets eaten by the Rancor or something.
No, not that one.
Ew. Oh, this is cool.
Only the blue one from the prequels.
Isla Secura.
Yeah.
You don't know the names of any of these characters. You're not even a Star Wars fan.
Know the name?
Oh, yeah, you're entirely correct. I only know Star Wars through the Legos.
I only know Star Wars through the Legos.
Yeah. I do find it particularly funny that the Clone Wars like popularized a shit ton of individual clone troopers. And it's just like,
oh, you like clone troopers, right? Name every clone.
Name every clone.
Fives, Rex.
What are Five's brothers? What are all 5 of them?
2, 99.
No, those are not his brothers. In terms of his squad.
Oh,
Serranos, do you play Republic Commando?
Yeah, it was a good game. I didn't play it when it came out, but I played it after. I still enjoy it.
I
gonna
love
be
that
for
game.
real,
It's
I
on
like the,
Switch right now.
I like the Rebel Alliance design a lot more with the stupid hat.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about Republic Commando.
Yeah, Republic Commando is pretty fun. Even though the squad, like, using the people to, like, command them around, it didn't really matter much.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. It was just a fun shooter to go through and shoot a bunch of bugs and stuff.
I was disappointed it never got a follow-up.
Yeah, it really should. There's no reason they shouldn't make another Republic Commando game, because these are just, like, great designs. Like, just go for the old aesthetic it had. It just looks cool. You know what I mean? They actually, Scorch and, I think it was only 2 of them. They didn't, like, show the other 2 guys. Scorch and, like, one of his squad mates showed up in Clone Wars.
I saw this.
Did he?
I saw this meme today.
Yeah, they pop up as, like, a cameo, basically.
This one made me giggle. Gym owners getting their treadmills. 200,000 units are ready with a million more well on the way. installing
Hoist
squat
your-
racks.
No more, no less.
No more, no less.
That's true.
Every
Are they talking about-
time.
Are they talking about Sith Lords during that scene?
Yes.
Okay.
Always two there are. Aren't there not only two though?
There aren't only. Well, I mean, it's lore wise, there are only two, because it's like a traditional thing. You pass it down to one person.
But there's always got to be somebody ready to get past two.
Yeah.
B3 and A34.
Yeah, Michael could never name them because they died before they got names in the show. And also, he didn't watch far enough to see them when they were training as clone troopers.
I really like the show that I only saw 2 seasons of.
He's talking about Clone Wars, okay?
Spoke to it.
Yeah, you never even
How
watched
many-
Clone
how
Wars
many
because it
seasons
came out
of
when you
Clone
were a
Wars?
baby.
I saw the Clone Wars movie a lot.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ,
okay.
it was the worst one by far.
I know, it's so fucking bad. But
Now,
I like-
now he's like, oh
I
yeah,
like-
yeah, that movie was so dumb. I
Dude,
totally
that is
didn't like it.
iconic.
I totally hated you that watched it much. You know, I
Hated
watched
that
much
too.
as a kid. I watched the Hot Wheels movies, like direct-to-video movies.
They never made a non-direct video movie.
Yeah, obviously not. I want to clarify that there. To set you up, you're like, wait, what?
So two have the title of Sith. The others are just dark side adjacent. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Oh, God, no, don't.
Some of them are on
It's
just
that.
like
That's-
light
No,
side
don't.
blockers.
No. All that stuff is stupid bullshit. It doesn't make sense.
It is, yeah. No, you know what? Yeah, they're all Sith Lords, but I was thinking of the title of Darth. It's like from one generation to another, but there's only one allowed.
No Sith Queens.
No.
No Sith Kangs.
No, so like you had Palpatine, and he was
I mean,
Darth
the only ones
Sidious,
that actually matter for like
and he
the
transferred it to
Domino Squad or
Vader.
Echo 5.
That doesn't
is
ring a
heavy
bell.
and
Who was
tough.
Palpatine?
Oh, don't you remember Palpatine Skywalker?
Who?
Palpatine Skywalker.
Never heard of him.
You know, grandfather to Rey Skywalker.
All I know is Loke Ground Runner, okay?
Was that what they?
It's from Thumb Wars. Loke.
I didn't
Ewoks.
watch that. So
Use the targeting computer.
I realized,
Loke.
like, wait, I don't actually know that name.
Technology designed to help you hit tiny targets. I thought I was supposed to use the thumb.
I only
No.
discovered Star Wars because I was looking into the lore of the Ewoks from the 2 Ewok movies I saw as a kid.
You know,
That's hilarious.
Geminier is right. I did forget about Darth Maul and his line. So there are 2 Darths.
Oh yeah, do you know what his name? Do you know what his brother's name is?
Darth Ligma.
Isn't it Paul?
Darth Ligma balls.
Press is the brother.
Darth D's.
Dude, you're cutting out so much. We can't understand you.
What? I was gonna say, I don't think it was.
Got him.
I don't think that was his like familial brother, but his brother, quote unquote, who's also the same species as him.
Mhm.
That. Was
Yeah,
it
he had all the
Dooku?
yellow
Yeah,
marks.
that Dooku decided I'm gonna have him replace Ventress. He was like, okay, I need a Zabrak. I need one of these guys to be my apprentice. And his name was Savage Oppress. Yeah, I watched Excel Racers, Gemini. I watched the World Race too. The World Race is more enjoyable. Excel Racers kind of was horribly bad. It was really bad. I wouldn't say World Race is good. World Race is very stupid too, but you know, it was I found it more enjoyable.
Take 3 hours, Jemmy, and watch all of the Thumb movies because they're all a half hour long, and it's Thumb Wars, Bat Thumb, God Thumb, Thumbtanic, the Blair Thumb, and Franken Thumb. 3 hours, and you will just giggle the whole time.
It is really weird that they
Yeah.
killed off Cad Bane during the Boba Fett show.
Cad
Yeah, it's pretty
Bane.
gross.
Now you're making this up, okay?
No,
Cad
he
Bane
was
is the
favorite.
replacement for Boba Fett because Boba Fett wasn't an adult yet, and they wanted a cool bounty hunter figure.
Mhm.
So they decided, let's make it Cad Bane.
Let's make
And-
one that talks.
Why not just like repurpose IG-88 as like a?
Oh, he existed.
Yeah, he
like-
still exists.
Except he was working with Boba Fett, so he
Mhm.
doesn't show up.
Who also was working with Cad Bane. They were kind of all working together.
There's a lot
sounds
of storylines that Cad Bane shows up in because they're like, this is a cool character we like.
He's really fucking cool. You just have this blue dude with like metal windpipes and cowboy hat.
I think his design is really stupid. It's clearly a self-insert for Dave Filoni.
I don't care.
Dave for the felony, am I
Because
right?
Dave Filoni also has a stupid
How he
cowboy hat
murdered
that he
Star
wears all
Wars?
the time, just like Cad Bane. So that's what pisses me off.
Man, I don't care. I like Cad Bane.
He's stuck.
You never knew, did you?
He
You weren't
stuck his
allowed to look
D&D
around the
OC
internet.
in the series.
You know
Yeah.
damn well I never knew Dave Filoni had a cowboy hat.
Yeah,
Yeah, who would know Dave Filoni cowboy hat, man?
that's the only thing he ever wears. It's in every picture of him.
Is it a Stetson or is it like a? I don't know. some
I mean, let me see if
designer's
it's
hat?
exactly the
It's
same.
actually
thing.
a
Straw? Is it fur?
souvenir from the Indiana Jones gift shop in Disneyland.
That's not a cowboy hat.
Dave Filoni is not wearing a cowboy hat. I wouldn't say.
Pull it up. Yeah, that.
He's wearing
No.
he's wearing a
Hipster
country singer
cowboy.
hat, is what he's wearing.
You know,
Hipster cowboy.
He stole
never
Brad
took that
Paisley's
off.
hat.
The fuck?
He
That-
did.
Yeah, he wears that in every picture. You just search Dave Filoni. He only wears the
That's
hat.
wild. Can you
Okay,
pull a
so
picture of Cad
that
Bane?
is a cowboy hat. Go back.
Let's compare it to Cad Bane.
Cad Bane's
Now
hat
go to
is
the first
Weird
picture.
flat brim one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has
it's
a
a lot
way
bigger.
bigger hat. It's not the same stuff.
That is not a cowboy hat.
That's
This
like
is the one that's in his wiki page.
Gosh. He looks like he has extra chromosomes in that one.
He does.
Okay, now tell me, when was the last time you saw a cowboy? Even this hat. When was the last time you saw a cowboy with a hat turned up like that?
It's
What else
turned
do you
up
want me
pretty
to
high.
call it?
That's
I don't care about
that's
names for
extreme.
hats.
But
It's a brown hat with a brim.
still
yeah, we
qualifies.
mostly understood what he meant, Blaine.
Yeah.
That one qualifies.
This
But like
is,
I said, it looks like he stole it from Brad Paisley.
This is like 90% of the cowboy hats around me are all these white ones because it like I guess reflects the sun better.
You don't want a black hat, no. It's like because it's just gonna
I've
get
had both.
hotter. It's like there's no benefit.
Mm-hmm. Dark things absorb heat.
It still blocks out the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd still try it. I just feel like
nobody in my family actually owns a brown like hat of that style. It's always been like that style, the more white one or a straw one.
I like the straws better than the furs. They just seem to work better for my aesthetic.
this is the
But
hat
I've had
I
some
wear.
nice.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
similar.
no, that's stupid Canadian wannabe cowboy hat. Or burn
You
it
gotta- you
to
gotta
the
love how
ground
it's like-
tonight. Look at this cowboy hat. think I
You
wasn't
could have
gonna notice.
fooled all of the white river amphitheater. They were there for him.
All right, I gotta go to bed.
All righty.
Okay, good
Enjoy
night.
your bed.
I am. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye, chat. You guys are
Yeah.
great. Goodbye,
It was a
Serranos.
fun psalm today, but yeah, it was like I don't know. After like 5 minutes, I was like, wait, am I sleeping? Like, what happened?
I was
a lot,
drifting.
lot of repetition in this one.
I was drifting.
I'm really upset that Andrew Clark never showed up today because I need him to explain to me how Remonster is any good.
He'll
It's
tell
not.
you what it means to him.
I'm sure he'll come up with some reason he watched it 7 times by now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But still not a reason why the characters are compelling or the animation is good.
All right,
You know
Sue,
what
you
was
have a
the
good
biggest
night.
problem of my generation?
So you don't shut up and let a man say goodnight.
He already left.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not even
gone.
Yeah, he's gone because Serranos was interrupting him.
Yeah, you're just shifting the blame, just like you millennials.
He left while you were talking. Not
Shifting
when
the
I-
blame.
Aren't you guys both in the same era?
No, I'm older
No?
than him. I don't get
Yeah.
it. Doesn't count.
Look
You
at
don't
him.
count?
He looks older.
I don't have my camera on. I don't have my camera plugged in.
I'm not turning my camera on. Damn.
You never will.
I mean, you're showing off your minifigures earlier.
Okay. I lied. Look at this minifigure.
Every time I do, I
Yeah,
think of
just don't
her.
press the camera switch button.
There's no camera switch.
Hmm.
There's no front or back
Just the
camera.
laptop.
Yep. Now, this is my favorite design from Star Wars. I really like the stupid hat.
Yeah, it's so bulky and it just doesn't protect you. It's really
I know.
The
Isn't it
little-
super inconvenient?
The little goobers all lining up, and the best part is like they're all getting in the trenches too, and you're like, dude, that hat would be so unable to work in a trench warfare.
Why don't they actually have a visor?
Why don't they have like a beanie? Because it's cold.
Well, I mean, they're mostly on ships, you know.
Well, but isn't that specifically in Hoth, or do they use
No,
that
no,
hat
that's
somewhere
specifically not in Hoth. In Hoth, they just have beanies. But like,
Well, no, they have like full like coat hoods.
Yeah, they wear like helmets and hoods.
Oh, they all had that stupid hat. And they're, like,
No, the
working
hat's
in those
just
trenches.
I think the hat is only shown on that rebel ship with Princess Leia.
Oh, where everybody lines
No,
up
that's
in
not the only
hallway?
time. It's just like
It has to come back. Yeah.
yeah, they use it. It's clearly at the rebel base, and it's clearly used later on in like episode 5 and 6 on ships.
Look, it's been a really long time.
You just don't know anything about Star Wars. Like, why
It's
are you keep
been
talking
so
about it?
long
You
since
don't-
I've watched one of
You
them.
keep just talking about things that you have no idea what you're talking about. You're
I
like, yeah, it was
know.
just like this.
I only
And it wasn't like
know
that
it
at
from
all.
Legos.
Do you want me to expose you, or
I
do you want
only
to
know
keep
the
talking about Star
Lego.
Wars?
Damn it. Can't have shit.
I just like a Lego game.
I
The
love
only
playing-
Lego game you should enjoy is Lego Racers.
I love paying so much money so I can have a little piece of plastic instead of a video game.
Yeah.
I do
like
like
that
the little
something.
plastic. What? Why not both? I can get the little plastic and the video game.
It's funny because the plastic retains more value over time than the video game.
That is true.
Are you gonna use it?
That's not what retains value means.
Yeah, but it retains value. But what is its value to you?
Its
Well, I
value
like
is money.
I like them. Why,
Yeah,
why,
sure.
why do I buy figures? I like them.
It's the Marge meme. I just think they're neat.
I just think it's neat.
Was a fucking potato? I forget what it is. What does she hold out? All I've seen is the meme for so long. I forget what the original is that she thinks is neat.
I just think neats are neat.
Neats are neat. There you go.
The Clone Wars era of Lego faces was the worst.
The Lego faces were the worst? Was it because people wanted Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman more? Or
No, it's because they have big old anime eyes on Legos and they look disgusting.
Oh,
That's
they
the only problem.
tried to give him some personality.
No, they try to make them look like the TV show, which
Yeah,
I like them much
put
more
my
when they have
dick
like
in
the
your
pop
college
figure eyes.
degree. Oh, this way. This way. Show me your genitals. Your genitals. Show me your genitals. Your genitalia. Take Clone Wars faces over the Lex Luthor clone faces?
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Sure.
I'm not actually sure what the clone Lex Luthor clone face looks like, but you know, you're probably right.
Yeah, I'll believe you. Take your word for it.
Yeah, a little bit earlier, it's like Remonster's good because I could see the idiom Andrew Clark. It's good.
Well, because wasn't his thing with soul leveling like the way the guy was like
He cared
working
for
to
his
provide-
family.
caring for his family. So I feel like if Andrew Clark likes Monster, it's gonna have something to do with how the main character like is
He takes
helping
care of
or
his
taking care of
village.
his
Well,
village.
so
like
far,
something like that where he's like, yeah, I want to be the guy that connects with like or that can protect the people around me too. Like it feels like it's a very intrinsic motivation for him. So when he sees characters doing it, he's like, yep.
I mean, it definitely
Yeah. The
feels like
difference
Final
with this one is
Fantasy.
the animation is very bad instead of just good. Like I like the setting and I like the idea for the story. I'd be willing to give it a shot for the manga. The anime sucks.
Oh,
Mhm.
just funny considering how like I would almost use the term blown away I was at Seventh Prince, but I also had like no expectations for it. So as soon as it was like competent, I was like, whoa.
I mean, I have pretty high standards, and I'd say it's good.
Yeah, it's definitely good. We watched it not immediately, but like one episode gap after watching Monster, and it was night and day.
Oh, that's funny. Straight from the bottom to the top.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, NH? What prank did we ruin? How did we do that?
And I don't think it was yesterday because Blaine wasn't here yesterday. He was
That might be what ruined the
busy.
prank, though.
That was definitely it.
Explaining in detail, basically the clones from 2013 line up until a date I don't know, reuse the face of Lex Luthor because Lego are lazy bastards.
Oh wait, I gotta look this up.
Didn't know that.
They just reused Lex Luthor's face.
Yeah, I assume they just molded or they just like printed Lex Luthor's face. Not they decided that was a clone face instead of making a face that looks more like the guy who plays Boba Fett / Jango.
Yeah, I think the only difference between the Lex Luthor face and the current face is that it's like the skin tone is more accurate. It's like tanner.
A little more tanner.
Yeah.
Tanner! That's pretty great, though. Dude, what do we do with this bucket full of Lex Luthor faces? Nobody's buying Lex Luthor minifigures. We don't have enough Superman kits to include all the Lex Luthor minifigures in.
I'm looking at a modern Lego figure right now. It is exactly the same, just tanner.
Last stream you had the Moemon XY prank set up and you didn't even see it. Oh, last stream.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
yes.
You didn't look at it.
No, I did not. Where was I supposed to look?
It's in the posts.
Yeah.
Share your content.
That was probably just April Fool's.
Yeah, okay.
There's no way they're 3D modeling, creating animations for that many Pokemon.
Gotcha. Too busy playing Mahjong. Yeah, I was deep in Mahjong.
The game's never ended.
Yeah, they're pretty simple mock-ups in terms of they don't do any movements or anything.
They're bouncing. Little Greninja.
But they all have the same animation.
Chestnut. Delphox.
Look, man, hear me out.
Wait a minute. I know exactly what this needs.
Look, there's no laws against the Pokemon, Batman.
You have to do the voice correctly. There's no laws against.
Oh, we saw a Lopunny at SakuraCon, and I was like, look, a Lopunny.
I'm the Joker, baby. There's no laws against the Pokemon, Batman.
Posted new mows. I'm
You know
pulling
what
up some
I'm gonna do to
older
that
ones.
Is that Cherubi?
Cherubi?
Yeah, Cherubi. I like it.
Cherubi. It's the cherub Pokemon.
It is.
Oh, it is?
I mean, yeah, that's what it is. It's the cherub Pokemon.
I thought you meant like cherry bee, like it's a cherry flavored bee.
No, it's a It's like called Cherubi.
It is Cherubi. I didn't mishear you.
Yeah.
Espeon?
Yep.
Nice.
I
got my Eevee variants down still. Those will be the last to leave me. Posted new? Okay.
I like this one a lot.
Fire Skull Cleavage monster.
Yeah, it's Skull Digger? No.
Skull Digger?
Skullvillian? No.
This doesn't
Skeledirge.
I say this doesn't
Skeledirge.
look like the Salazzle or anything.
Yeah, it's Skeledirge.
It literally was in the name of the PNG.
No, I wasn't looking.
I just
at that.
had to read it. I just wasn't looking.
Dusclops.
Dusclops. Oh, this one's fun. What is this one?
Is this Arceus?
Mm-hmm. Arceus.
It's Arceus?
No, it's
not
Arceus.
Blue Archive?
Arceus.
Oh. Arceus?
It's pronounced Arceus.
Arceus?
Sentret or Furfret?
Fernet? Yeah, one of those two.
I prefer Sentret. No, fuck. Wait.
Because it was the one that had. It looks like it was the one that had wings.
Yeah, it looked like the evolved one, but like,
wait,
I prefer the one that has wings. Yeah.
Final evolution of Fuecoco. I don't know which one we're talking about.
Fuecoco. That's the little fire dude from the new games.
I only know Mococo and Fuwawa.
Fuemoko. Clodsire.
I'm not Chihuahua. I'm Fuecoco. I'm not. What?
Wait, the last one was Clodsire?
What?
I would not have guessed that.
That one needs to go back in the oven, it sounds like.
I need to remind myself what Clodsire.
I guess she has the tail, but I did not think of Clodsire.
You
You
How would you
know-
think of a Clodsire then?
I think.
I mean,
of
the thing is,
fat
because her
thing.
legs are white and Clodsire's all brown, you need to make her a chocolate beauty.
Let's see.
Doesn't Clodsire also have spikes coming out of it? You could incorporate
Not
that
that
into
I
like a
know.
hair.
Yeah, he's got dots on the back.
No, those turn to spikes.
It definitely has elements of Clodsire. It's just she's white, so
Yeah,
I wasn't
always
thinking of
default.
it.
I always default to Sentret because I like it.
Can you pull up Choco Big? Wait, what's Choco Big?
I have no idea. Oh, is that a?
So
Looks like a candy bar.
Clodsire. They're doing the two-tone thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, it's Clodsire. She, they. Thank you, Google.
You should not be Googling this.
Why was that on there? Scrolling back up. I'm out of here.
You're lucky that's all you saw.
Apparently.
I think just giving her horns would make it more obvious.
Horn. Wait, why horns?
Look at her. Look at the thing's back when it does the thing because it has horns. Those dots on back. Those dots on its back turn into like a rib cage kind of deal.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah.
I would maybe incorporate the dots into the hair, but I don't know if that would fit on a little sprite.
Yeah.
I'll need B2.
Maybe giving them like you know how they have the buttons on the jacket, maybe turning those into little spikes.
Little spiky specks.
Yeah, because it seems like they were there to hint at the dots on its back, but
They just didn't quite connect in your brain hole.
yeah.
Plop.
Yeah, I'd rather see manga panels than terrible animation. So, yeah.
Agreed.
Are the manga panels better now that you've looked at them?
I don't think the manga panels are particularly good or outstanding, but I prefer it to the anime, which is not.
Yeah.
I now have 2 out of the 3 variant covers for the Initial D Omnibus Volume 1. I've got the third one is now on its way to me.
Yeah, the main benefit of going through something with kind of mid like art is the fact that you're going to go through it faster in manga.
You just keep.
You don't really care as much. You're there for the story.
Yep.
Posted a Choco Big vid. Okay, yeah. What is this?
Ground this 4 times. Is it time?
Ah.
Is it time?
Ina.
Ina,
Ina.
Yeah. Dinamai.
Chocobee. Chocobee so happy. It's time, Chocobee.
Ina's very happy as well.
She's happy. Stupid big face.
So cute. Choco Big.
Choco Big.
I want a giant plushie.
A giant plushie of a chocolate.
Ina loves plushies because
she's a woman.
No, I was gonna say, even like her own merch, she just owns dozens of them. I think it was, including like a gigantic takodachi as well, like a beanbag takodachi, basically.
Takodachi?
That's
what
her,
her merch is. Just search takodachi. I think it'll probably show up.
Okay. Is that gonna get me in trouble?
No.
Put me on any list?
You'll be fine.
It's a cute little squid thing.
Maybe don't like Google search it on stream. Maybe just pull up a photo of it.
And you can Google search.
Maybe don't turn your safe search off and just keep clicking.
Yeah,
I don't think
weird.
anything shows up when you Google it.
No, I mean probably not that, but like in general, don't use Google on stream.
That's fine.
Sometimes I start scrolling Twitter too, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It'll be like Leon like commented on someone else's post, and then it's like, hey, did you see this thing that Leon said? It's like, I don't care.
No,
Get
it'll
outta
be
here.
like you liked an anime take, and now all of a sudden you're seeing Raging Golden Eagles lolicon retweets.
Oh no, not the RGE lollies.
Every fucking time, dude, I swear.
That's all he has.
That's all he is.
Ever had. Snip, snip. And then I need to make sure that this is gonna go this way, and then this is gonna go this way, and these are gonna push in. Wait, why did that not? There we go. Snap.
So there you have shit. You have Asada Ventress, right? Carne Asada Ventress. She's like a count.
Why do you have such terrible taste, Michael?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Mice are getting on my nerves, like actual mice or computer mice.
Yeah, they doing something to you?
Because one of those you should take care of.
Yeah, it's called Desmond's Blibly Control.
Blibly Control.
Blibly Control? What is that? Like a old video game compressing the voice line, and we can't quite tell what it was supposed to say originally, and they're like,
No, that's a Blibly. They're pink little demons that grow in your walls.
Mm-hmm. And Desmond likes to kill them.
That's how he learned how to smile, is killing Bliblies.
Yeah, did you never see Smiling Friends?
No.
You should. Cause
We like Desmond.
We like Desmond. Okay. How much of a time commitment is this going to require?
It's like a single season. It's not even a full season. It's eight episodes plus a 9th episode for a special.
Yeah, you should skip the 9th.
Okay.
No, it's funny.
There's like a single joke I left. It's mostly just them talking.
And that's the funny part. It's like, I don't know how you
The funny part is that's not funny.
Yes, it is. The whole thing is, the whole idea behind Smiling Friends is there's so many situations where they're just acting like normal people. There's these weird characters doing normal things. And it's like, oh man, we had a bad vacation. I messed up the plans. I'm sorry, guys. That's the whole that's the 9th episode. That's what it is. And it's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
also, the 9th episode is short. It's the 9th episode is like
all of them are
6
short.
minutes.
Oh wait, is it only 6? I don't think it's.
Yeah,
only
I'm pretty sure the ninth episode.
I think it's normal length.
Because actually, wait, are the episodes only like 12 minutes long?
They're all 12.
Build 2.
Yeah.
Okay, B12.
I think ninth has to be normal length.
Ninth is Kino, says Jemmy.
He's lying.
Yeah, so Michael's just wrong. 2-1. Get your ass beat.
He's lying. Don't believe him.
I mean, if I'm into a 9th episode, why would I skip it?
It's it was like a fucking April Fool's. Watch the damn puppet episodes before you watch that.
Why would I not just watch them all in order?
Yeah, just watch it. It's like it's 11 minutes long. Who cares?
Look, I would rather
the
watch
bleep.
Desmond again.
Thank you, Jemmy. Let me see this. Oh, you sent me this before.
You had to do it, man. It's okay.
That felt good.
You did it, buddy. Yeah.
Food has gone missing. Hearing scratches in the walls. Finding mysterious purple shit pellets. You, my friend, may have a blibbly infestation. Luckily for you, there's Desmond's blibbly control. We'll kill them all.
Desmond's blibbly control.
Smash them, set them on fire. We'll take control. Blibbly control.
Which came first, the Red Letter Media character or that guy?
I think it was that guy.
You think? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I think Meister Colossus spawned out of Smiling Friends.
8.
Yeah, there's only 2 hours of Smiling Friends content out right now.
Mm-hmm. They're making a new season. It's releasing next month.
It's gonna come out next month.
I thought it was already out. I thought everybody was.
They did the first episode. Gwimbly. Definitive Remastered Enhanced Extended Edition DX 4K Anniversary Director's Cut is out now.
Oh, that
was such a good episode.
Yeah, there's 2 hours of Smiling Friends, so you can watch it.
I mean, I can, yeah. I can do anything I want, damn it. I'm a big, strong man who builds Gundams on the internet. They showed the first episode on April Fool Day with the puppet episode. Okay.
The puppet episodes were very funny.
A3. Okay. A11. 11's over here. Nip. 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 Okay, and I put the cock ring on the cock. Click. Nice. Nice and firm. Nice and firm on there. B29. Where you at, B29? There you is. There you is. Okay. Watcha. And watcha. 29. The footses going on the back. Whole thing just pushes in to there. Okay. And then the front toesy bit goes in there. Okay. Ooh, that's a pretty unique looking foot. Really kind of a funky triangle shape to it, actually.
Looks like it looks like it's the same on both sides almost.
Yeah, it's like weirdly symmetrical.
Mm.
Which kind of makes sense considering it throws out all 4 legs to like just stab into the ground so that it doesn't get the recoil, but it is kind of an odd build choice.
So you're building like a transformer right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a trend. Do 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 do. Wait, there's one more piece on here I needed. I swear. There it is. There it is. Bingo. Bongo.
Hmm.
Oh man, I got all the mirrors hung up in the gym finally. It feels good. Feels good.
Also, did you hear about the crew getting permanently closed, like the first one?
The crew?
Yeah, it was a racing game made by Ubisoft.
I
think
remember.
It was 2015.
Everyone was really pissed.
Yep. You saw the little video from Cursed Farms, Ross.
No, I just saw the announcement in Twitter.
Yeah. But basically, one person was able to get a
crew,
refund through PlayStation.
Oh.
$95 back, so they bought like the deluxe version.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, they're able to get a full refund. Good. You should be able to if you can't play the game anymore. You should get refunded because they took away your property.
Yeah,
when
how
you
do
should have actually had a right
game
to.
it's like that broken. You're like, oh, I guess like just nobody gets it now.
Well, that's actually pretty common for a lot of games because a lot of stuff is just held over server side. Like all gacha games, no gacha game works after they shut the servers down unless they specifically.
Oh, so when you say a lot of games, you mean like technically it's a lot of games because there's so many gacha games.
It doesn't happen as much on console, but it very much does. It's just most of them aren't very popular.
Yeah. And most of them aren't, you know, a racing game where you're collecting cars and modifying.
And also, there's no reason it actually needs to be online. Is another thing. You don't need to.
Oh, for sure.
Ubisoft doesn't need to host the game on their servers. You could just give the person all the data for the levels and stuff. I'm pretty sure they already have it downloaded.
Yeah, the only
it just
server
still forces an
assistance would
online
be, like,
connection.
I don't know, cheaters, I guess.
Yeah.
You could verify what's coming in from each client and, you know, make sure that it's not weird looking. Okay, so there's the 2 feet. And then 8. Snip. Final snip. There we go. And a 15. We are cooking now, boys. We are getting it. Cha. 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 Okay. Good. And this one's gonna go on this direction. Squeeze it in. You're gonna need some poison for this last one. Funny, that's what I call my rat beaten stick. Poison. A 4. 4? Mice and rats are such a strange.
Hey, you took your old man pill early, right?
No, but it's close enough to time. It'll be okay.
No.
I almost need a refill is what I need.
I was gonna mention something with Stu was leaving, but I didn't.
Old man.
Yeah, I remembered like an hour and a half ago that you're supposed to take it. I just didn't tell you.
That was before.
When's you supposed to take it now? Like 9 or 9
10?
still, right? 10?
Just
Okay.
10 still.
Hmm.
Yeah, just because theoretically streams won't last as long.
I just
depending on what I'm
remembered
doing.
what I want to talk about, dude. That My Hero twist.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
No, it's in the manga.
Oh.
Just the same twist they do every time, where there's no
Deku lost his
foreshadowing.
arms.
Yeah, there's just no foreshadowing before it. Not that, but you know.
There's no foreshadowing for Deku losing his arms.
Well, the foreshadowing is that Shigaraki can just do that.
He just can.
Yeah, that would be the foreshadowing.
He just go poof. He just has to be near you. He doesn't even have to touch you anymore. If he's just
Oh,
like
God.
close to you, he has a bubble.
Hey, the main character is gonna win here pretty soon. Yeah, well, what if the bad guy was just better now?
Yeah, what if he didn't have... What if he couldn't fight?
Oh no.
Every time I flick my toe, it breaks, but it does a blast from my toe pressure.
Imagine every time he gets an erection. Just
He's just doing the She-Hulk thing where she's clapping, but he's just swinging it back and forth, creating shock waves.
the foreshadowing is that Horikoshi ripped off Nightmare from Elm Street. That would be funny. If
I mean, okay, here's another example of there's just no foreshadowing. Did you know that Mina, the pink girl, right? She's not actually pink. That's just her acid in her like built up in her body. So when she uses it like a lot, she just looks normal.
Mina?
Yeah.
She could look normal?
Yeah, so she ends up
it's
using it
way
a lot, and
less-
her eye turns like a normal color. It's no longer black.
That's kind of hilarious.
So yeah, if she just uses her acid enough, she turns completely normal, but with horns.
Oh,
why
fan
does
site,
that
that's the worst.
That's
the
about
freaking-
as much foreshadowing as the newest twist had, which is 0.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
We had rats last year.
Hmm.
Luckily, it only made one incursion, and I was like, ooh, and I sealed up everything, like, because rats are disgusting creatures that just don't stop shitting themselves, so you can like trace where it came in from. But yeah, that was not cool. And then you just kind of like feel dirty for like the next week. You're just like, ugh, it was in my house.
I know the feeling. I found a cockroach recently, but I killed it.
Oof. I'm glad we don't get cockroaches up here.
Yeah, it's too cold.
It's too cold for the cocks. Okay, bend it. Okay, yeah, bend it like Beckham. And then I need like one more light so I can actually like read this shit that's in front of me. It's crazy bright on the screen. It's nowhere near that bright in real life. I don't think my balance is modified on this camera, but I think it's just the fact that it is a camera and can see more. Oh, gee.
Dude, but Blaine, aren't you glad they introduced racism into the last season of My Hero? So this next season they can solve racism?
That's my favorite part of My Hero is the racism allegories.
Mhm.
That's like why I'm actually watching it. You didn't know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only part that
Didn't you
excites
know
me
that
more.
My Hero Academia popularized anime in the West?
I saw that.
That was a
Oh my
tweet.
gosh.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. That guy is younger than Toonami.
That yeah.
Like, guaranteed.
I would sooner give the mantle to something like Sword Art because it happened to come out just right at the same time that like streaming was getting really
streaming
popular
boom.
and like
Mhm.
but yeah, that's a that's a wild
I would say streaming itself made a massive difference. It was the second wave.
Yeah, and it just so happened that certain shows were like airing at that exact time and it was like, "Oh, have you seen Sword Art?"
Well, yeah, if you had Netflix,
Right
you
place,
saw
right
Sword
time.
Art, Death Note, Naruto all at the same time.
Yeah. That's me. I saw Sword Art, Death Note, and Samurai Champloo.
Yep, that was the other one.
Oh, Shampoo's a great one.
Yeah, it was the best one. I also gotta watch Parasite, which is very good.
Oh, I love Parasite. Oh, it's so good.
Mhm.
I'm glad I watched Parasite in anime and they did it like decent. Because I tried to look at some of the manga, and it was like some of the horror of it is actually how stuff moves, as opposed to like Junji, where it's like more so about how things just are.
Mhm.
So
Junji masters like manga.
Well,
Perfect.
he's really good at setting a scene. Ending the scene isn't his forte. Like there's that one
ending
where
isn't
it's,
his forte.
Yeah, it doesn't need to.
There's one where the people have to like isolate themselves because if they're like with people, they'll get caught and like stitched together and dead and shit. And you have no idea what's going on, but by the end of it, you learn that like it's just people going crazy. Like they're doing it to
Did you
themselves.
catch the Wendigoon Uzumaki video?
No, because I haven't.
I haven't watched it yet.
I'm gonna watch it, or I'm gonna read it then watch it.
Oh, you haven't read it yet? Okay.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I'll read it to you like a bedtime story.
It's really funny to watch him come across parts that are like that, where he's like, I like Ito, but this scene, and he like starts describing like why it doesn't really make sense, because of the way that like the story was like prepped beforehand,
Mhm.
and it's just funny to watch somebody else going through that.
Yeah.
It really is what it's like. It's you have thousands of people stitched together, and it's like, oh, they just did it to themselves. Like, what do you mean?
Nope, just it happened.
And I think stuff like that is why you could say it's not the best of his work, but also there can be flaws in something you would consider a masterpiece. Still,
True.
Oh yeah. If you aren't able to like find a flaw in something, then I think you aren't looking hard enough.
I think some stuff does come together and basically, and the criticisms you have are so mild they don't matter very much.
Oh
It's like, that's
yeah.
why
I
you
never
consider
said the criticism would matter, but like you should be able to identify something that like you're like, you know what? Hindsight, this should have been prepped a little bit more like this, or whatever it is.
Because you can't really make everything perfect. It's never going to be that way because you can still just improve your skill later, and you're like, okay, I could have done this better.
I mean, his major 3 stories are Uzumaki, Tomei, and Gyo, right? I don't know if
as far as major stories, yeah, because like Fault is it's a short, right?
Yeah, that one.
And I think his
It's still
shorts are just
iconic,
so much better, because he doesn't have to like finish them. Like he can literally
you're focused on one
not
thing.
have it end,
That's
and you're
it.
like, whoa, that was weird. And I feel like in stuff like Uzumaki, you just it goes on so long. He's like, wait a minute, what am I supposed to do here?
Well, that's what I really liked about Gyo is he just kept adding in a new element every like 100 chapters or 100 pages.
Well, that
yeah.
Get used to that even if it is creepy, like just as a base. It's
I'm
just
almost done with the leg.
like things become less scary when you're more familiar with them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they get explained, they get less scary, just kind of in general. But also, like if you explain it, and the answer is just like if you explain like Amagi Faults, and the answer was, the Rock just wanted holes, man. Rock was hungry. You'd be like, that's weird. Okay. And you wouldn't know where to go with it, right? Versus if you gave it like a big demon-y thing is actually what the mountain is, and it's sucking people's souls, and that's what its poop is like. You're like, okay, well, I guess it's been explained, but I don't know that makes it scarier.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fear in the unknown, and I think he plays very well with it in his short bit stuff. But as soon as an editor is like, "Wait a minute, why did this happen, Ito?" and he's like, "I don't fucking know, man. Like bugs, big ass bugs, maybe."
There are concepts like Amagi Fault. Like you can't get over the fact that like these people are just slowly sliding down forever and ever.
Yep.
Like no matter what shitty explanation you give it, you can't get over that,
That whole like just concept and idea, and like every time you watch a video that's like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this cave. I'm gonna give it a shot though. I'm gonna just hold my breath. And it's just like, oh, dude, why?
And they make it out because like the video's uploaded, but it
doesn't matter though.
Well,
Like,
it doesn't
like,
mean they made it out. They
found
might
the video, yeah.
It doesn't mean they made it out. Unless it's uploaded on their YouTube channel, then yeah.
No, but for sure, yeah. You're
Unless
like,
there's like a little preface is like, this is the final video they made. I had permission to upload their video for
in memory of whoever's the channel name, Cave Diver 5.
The final upload.
It was only their 4th upload.
He wasn't, the best at this, so.
That's the way the news goes.
He died what he loved doing. Squeezing into rocks. Weirdo. Has to be bait. Yeah, bait works well.
Have either of you read Frankenstein, the original?
No.
Oh gosh, it's been it's been a decade since I've read that book.
I definitely did.
Because Junji did an adaptation of it, but I don't know if it's like 1 for 1. Right. Because I just haven't read the original.
My guess is it's not. Was it like really boring and like kept going on about the nature of humanity and not so much about crazy monster?
Both?
Yeah, the Mary Shelley's is like you watch a Frankenstein rendition, even the ones where Frankenstein can speak, and you're like, wow, those are really fun. I like the idea of this monster stuff. You read Shelley's Frankenstein and you're like, why was I at this dissertation? I could just take a class. I don't.
Yeah. I got another horror thing for you to bring up.
Well, the thing about the
apparently.
Junji Ito one is I have no idea if this is anything like the Shelby one, but you have Frankenstein is just a really smart creature, and well, I mean, he still talks like to the main dude.
Mm-hmm.
Did it end in like Antarctica by any chance?
That doesn't sound familiar, but I also got really bored out at the beginning of the book, so
yeah, that's fair.
I wouldn't be surprised if I don't remember that. But yes, the monster was intelligent. I do remember that from the original. Read the Modern Prometheus. Oh, read the Modern Prometheus back my senior year. Yes, it ends in the Arctic. Okay.
Okay, yeah, then it's pretty much a 1 for 1.
Funny. Okay, let's see this, Thronos. What do you got?
And 1 6 wrong, right here it's wrong. Doctor, I'm not gonna do it. There's too many N words in this song for me to sing while I'm drunk. I can't do it.
Is it?
No, it wasn't horror. It was a joke.
Is it Ryan Cannell?
Yeah, that's Ryan Cannell.
Was it the joke? Was it Ryan Cannell can't rap?
Yeah. He doesn't want to get caught on camera saying the N word. Which, fair.
You remember that gal that oh man, who was it Kendrick Lamar brought up? Yeah, and he was like, don't say it. Why'd you write it then? Fucking dude. Why did you bring me on stage to sing this? Like, there's so much of that I'm just like, what none of this
me just not sing it.
None of this makes sense. It's your lyric. Would you tell Eminem not to say your lyrics? Didn't think so.
Yeah, I don't think he would talk back to Eminem.
Nah, he'd get beat.
Eminem, yeah, I think black people like Eminem more than they do him.
I know they do. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. I want this one. This one goes in here. Self-censor, yeah. Self-censor by stopping. I still, to this day, my favorite N-word joke is Donald Glover. He's like, we got to make it so that it's just a word that everybody uses, which means we need all of you white people just start saying it. We're going to lose a few of you in the process, but just, it's so good. And then he wrote, "This is America." This way. Right? Yeah. Okay, that goes on there. Knee bends back. Get my white pieces.
How close are we looking here, Blaine?
I don't know, man.
Not even close. Look at that.
I don't know.
I don't have a lot of pieces left on the A runner, but I do have like a weapons runner still, so maybe I'll just finish the main body and we can do weapons another day. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's not bad.
Why do I get his toughest battles? Dude, you can leave stream at any time.
We about to do the toughest battles to his strongest warriors joke.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
Why do you give me your longest streams? You can turn off the stream at any time you want.
Dude, just go make dinner. The fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, there it goes. Okay, snaps in there. And get in there.
That's how next I'm gonna go.
Whoa, escape corner. Weapon Wednesdays. Say we talk about weapons.
I think the worst part about Star Wars Rebels was that all the characters just look bad, except for Hera.
I mean, yeah, it just kind of looks worse than Clone Wars. That was airing at the
Rebels
same time.
Animated?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Except a lot of the characters come back in Ahsoka, which is live action.
Oh, that's gotta be
That's a little funny. I like it. I need to look up what live action Hera looks like. Damn. Wait up.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I might like Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, the live action Hera was Elizabeth Winstead. Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
You say Mary Elizabeth Winstead?
It doesn't look bad.
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
You know, would.
Well, like, good job making that decision.
Also, they definitely female gazed her. They definitely have plenty of shots from her from behind.
Do.
Yep.
They have so many.
Yep.
It's like the 5th image on Google.
It's on purpose.
I mean, to be fair.
No, it's on purpose.
You know damn well it was on purpose.
Little something for the female gaze.
Oh, yeah, so you could put it like that.
I remember Hera having cake memes when Ashoka came out.
Yep, she do.
I mean, she always did.
That old mid 2000s polygons, they were there for him. Here I always thought of you as more of a Lola Bunny man, but you know what? Nay.
Oh yeah, we can't say nay. My bad.
Nave.
Yeah, I go to bed now. I probably play something and get going.
All right.
Okay.
Enjoy
See
your
ya.
Betty Bye. Have a good one.
You see, he chose the Satan route in the meme. My son won't force himself to be on stream. And then Jesus is like, he won't bother to leave.
Funny. Okay, and this one goes in the other foot.
Yeah, but Jemmy, do you remember Sabine?
Sabine.
You know, he really was coming of age watching Rebels and realizing Hera was much better than Sabine.
Oh, was that what brought you to your age?
I mean, because you're watching it as like 12-year-old Michael, and you're like, oh yeah, this one's closer to my age. This is the one I should like, and it's like, no. No, I don't mean she was 12. No.
Just that she was closer?
No, like older teenager. I don't know. I need to like look her up again.
I mean, that would be closer to 12 than not. Oh, jeebles.
Yeah, they just don't look good. I'm gonna be for real. None of the characters look good.
None of the characters look good. So saith the Mikkel.
Oh yeah, the Sabiner that survived the saber to the stomach. In a
Saber Survivor and Sabiner.
Way too many saber survivors.
Back in the day, getting slashed a little bit would have killed you.
Yeah, now they won't even cut you in half in video games if you get hit.
Ugh. It's the worst part of Knights of the Old Republic.
You're never gonna stop bringing that up.
Never. Little me was like, why? I saw it hit. Okay, this one's going on this way. Give him a nice cod piece there. Okay. And then B-22. Oh, we're still in the B's. Back in my day, sabers could kill Qui-Gon. 22. Yeah, Qui-Gon just got stabbed. That should have carterized immediately. He'd be fine nowadays.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, carterized means healed, right?
No, there's a hole in. I mean, that is how it works in nowadays, but not back in Qui-Gon.
I watched Arnold Schwarzenegger and Rambo opening up bullets. Did I say and Rambo? I mean Rambo.
Yeah, you meant Rambo.
I meant Rambo. Opening up bullets and pulling out the gunpowder so that he could carterize his wounds and keep fighting.
Yeah, those were great scenes.
Took first blood.
Nothing is over. Well, that was pretty bad, but
that was pretty.
Everyone knows the quote.
Yeah.
But no, he had a hole in his stomach. Even though Darth Maul survives that, because he gets cut in half. And
Wait,
still
Darth Maul
survives.
survives?
Yeah. He was too cool, so they bring him back.
I mean, couldn't
now
they
he
just be
has-
like, oh, he's a race of people, and here's the other one, like they
No,
always
they
do?
They don't even do that. He just has robot spider legs now.
What?
I ain't joking.
Okay.
Hey.
This is getting weirder by the second.
He doesn't die. They pull him out. They give him robot spider legs like they did with Anakin, except it's just his lower half, not the whole body.
You know, Boba Fett survived by like throwing a grenade in.
Inside the Rancor
in the
pit?
Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, he like threw a grenade in and it exploded and like blew his body out, and then he like made it back and just started living life or whatever.
I just assumed he died, and I don't consider the new show canon because he should have died.
Well, everyone thought he died, but this was actually a book from back in the day that was like actually really good from those old extended universe books.
Yeah.
But it was always like when he got blown out, he was like messed up for a while before he finally started like adventuring again. And it's one of the few books that I've read in the Star Wars extended universe.
Damn it, Boba Fett! Why are you flying around above a damn live pit?
You know, get a better angle.
You had one job, and it was to not do that.
This is wild how all of the rest of these stickers are on like the weapons and stuff. So we'll do that another day. But for right now, here's Flauros as a Gundam. He exists. He's got a cool little head. His head's nifty. His arms have little extendy bits so that he can go on all fours and
Do the all fours thing.
I don't think I have.
Oh, do you not have all the pieces?
Can I do it currently? Let me see. Okay, here we go. So we do the classic rotate around. Oop, there goes. I busted that foot open. Okay, and then we bend the legs. And then just kind of.
Yeah, Darth Maul is from a species of people, but it's not like they didn't just replace him with another one of them.
Oh. There you go. Here's his all fours mode. It's kind of goofy without all the extra bits, but we'll get the extra bits later.
I know what you're talking about. That looks great.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about? Look, he just looks like he looks like he's just like trying to get up. He's like, oh god, oh. All right, whatever. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your day. I will catch you all tomorrow. Kampai.